think we're live. Says we're live. Maybe we're live. And the phone has to chime in.
I think it's saying that we're live.
Is it telling us we're live?
Yeah.
Hey everyone, how you doing tonight?
Happy Saturday.
Sorry, I tried to use YouTube's new camera feature. It's basically they tried to bring it back. They used to have it where you could live stream in it, and then they took it away, and then it was back, and then it doesn't work right. I don't understand any of it. So anyway, this is what we're doing today. So, and we switched out microphones, so hopefully everyone will be able to hear us better and everything. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Brad.
Good evening.
Hi, Princess.
Hi.
How are you? Oh. Anyway, hey, I just want to... Jason, welcome to the den. I just want to say, I know a lot of you have been waiting on the air compressor video, and I've been working on that just nonstop. Just the editing, trying to edit everything together to keep it down from being an hour-long video is taking forever. So it'll be either up tonight or first thing in the morning. And that's going to be the two McGraws and the, the Central Pneumatic, the black compressor. And then Yoda's in the house. Hey there. Oh, Rick's here too. And TR Falcon. Wow, we got everyone in here tonight. And we did the live stream the other day. It was kind of impromptu of the other two, the Fortress and the Cal Air. And unfortunately, my untrustworthy here died.
I don't know.
Decibel meter. Now it's flashing these two numbers. I don't get it. Anyway, so this is going back.
Dad, why do we have so many air compressors anyways? Oh, wow.
Why, somebody asked that?
Sorry.
Yeah, we have a few air compressors. We have a two 21 gallons, a 20 gallon, a 2 gallon, a 1.6, and then I also have a tankless one, but we're not playing with that one this week. So
says, hey Red, what do you think of the Snap-on Mac?
What do I think of Snap? What do I think of truck tools? I've been hard on them in the past, and there's a reason why, and that is for a lot of the tools, I think they charge way too much. They have, well, how much is that Snap-on? What do you call it? The breaker bar. It's like $300 or $400 for a breaker bar or something like that. Maybe that's not the breaker bar. Maybe that I'm thinking of the torque wrench. But still, the prices they charge for just basic hand tools are outrageous. And people are always like, well, you buy it once and then you have it for a lifetime. The same can be said of Harbor Freight. I mean, I can go buy a wrench at Harbor Freight. It's got a lifetime warranty. And, people are like, well, if it breaks and you lose time. I've never, ever had a wrench break on me. I mean, granted, I'm not working on semis and stuff, but I think for the general, person out there, that I think they're just fine. So please tell us that Demoto, your phone, won't be in the stream tonight. The wife's already was. I think we were live for like 15 seconds and it already chirped.
It's telling me that we're live.
It's telling her that we're live.
Just in case I forgot.
I think there's some stuff the truck tool sells that is great. I was just having a chat with somebody the other day. He said some of the polars and stuff, there's just some things that you have to get from them. But I also really don't like, my biggest issue with them is the way they compel people to buy their stuff when they're young. They're just getting started, and they give this whole thing of like, well, if you want to be a real mechanic, you have to buy this. And don't worry, we have easy financing. And I think the second issue is their warranty, which is I'm constantly hearing horror stories of guy buys 10 grand worth of tools, driver retires with a fortune putting his kids to Harvard. Next driver shows up, says, I'm not going to warranty those tools till you spend another 10 grand with me. And I can't tell you how many times I've heard that story from people. Corporate's supposed to be backing the stuff up. And yeah, there's ways to go around and send it to corporate, have them, warranty it and stuff. But they do deny stuff because they're going to ask you, do you have the receipt? Do you have all this? Most of the guys just buy it right there on the truck and they walk off with it thinking, I don't need a receipt. It's got a lifetime warranty. Sorry, as I said, I get a little heated on this. Oh, I want to cut my hair. I vowed to not shave anything all through winter. So I've got another 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks?
Something like
Until,
that. Yeah.
oh, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I honestly don't.
It's actually a llama. Somebody was saying cute puppy. It's Eleanor's llama.
Oh, we didn't introduce you. This is Ellie Bell. This is Elle.
And somebody else said that they're clumsy. Elle's shirt says, "I'm not clumsy. Everything just gets in my way," which I think is appropriate.
And someone asked about Makitas. Everyone, I don't know what it is lately, but it's been like Makita season. Makita is an excellent tool. They're right up there with the top of the line DeWalt's, the top of the line Milwaukee's, Hitachi's, all those really tried and true professional grade tools. The only thing I have against Makita is that they only offer a 1-year warranty, which for that price and playing at that level just doesn't seem. It's inappropriate. It's not competitive. I don't know why they're doing it. And if I was to make a choice, I mean, Big Red there, Milwaukee is killing it with a 5-year warranty, and they're standing behind it. All the stories I hear is that they're just bending over backwards for guys with that 5-year warranty. And Hitachi, which everyone seems to forget, has a lifetime warranty in all their lithium-ion warranties. Now that's lifetime of the tool. So as long as they're making that tool and parts for that tool, they'll replace it, which they make those tools for 10, 15 years. So, Yoda says, I recently got some snap-on ratchets and I've contacted warranty part because I bought them used and they took care of me, no problem. I just said I bought them from the truck. Well, that's the thing is sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. It's a roll of the dice. What do you do when they don't? Makita Coffee. I contacted Makita actually trying to ask them if they would send me an evaluation copy of the that reminds me. I was trying to get the coffee maker just to play around with it because it's cool. Makita is giving away a side-by-side, a UTV. So you should go over to Makita's website and sign up for it. And if you win it, you can give it to us.
We can win it.
You already signed up for it. You don't even know.
Oh, that's excellent. See how efficient I am?
Having a Harbor Freight withdrawal. How are you liking Cobalt power tools? I like Cobalt. I do. I just wish they had more of a, more commitment to the tool. Let's see here. Hello, Dead Tools. I've been watching a lot of your vids about a month or so. Very helpful. Thank you. Love you. Thank you so much. Hey, and if anybody from Cobalt is watching, I used to have a relationship with them. I had a contact over there. She's moved on. I can't get a hold of anybody else. And somebody responded to me in another video, someone else's video, trying to claim that, we're standing behind our tools and we came out with 2 new tools. And yet I've had 5 people now come to me and say, hey, I'm inside. It's somewhere in the loop. I'm not going to say where. But that Lowe's is scaling back on Cobalt because of the push from Craftsman. So we got the Cobalt team saying we're going strong and we're not going to pull back. And then everyone else I know, every other contact I have at Lowe's says yes, they're pulling back. So your choice. You just got to know how to say tell me. Yeah, you do. What about Ryobi? Ryobi makes top-notch DIY stuff. They have a 3-year warranty that's mediocre because you got to send it off and everything else. Some of their tools are really cheap. Some of their tools are really good. They make so many tools. There's this huge spectrum of tools. Let's see here. I would try the Pierce nail guns, but I already have Hitachi's. Hitachi makes great nail guns. But you know what, that Pierce, I've got the Brad nailer. I want to get more of them. They're so nice. And I chuckle every time I pick it up and it says Pierce.
Didn't we just talk about that today?
We did. I was playing with you going, what's it say? Pierce. What's it do? It pierces. Hey, Red, what's your go-to tool? As my wife would say, I am the go-to tool. I've always said this, and it's my mantra, right tool for the job. Every job has a tool that's best for it. yeah, you can drive a nail with a wrench, but it's not the right tool for that job. So that's not really a question I can answer.
Somebody else is enjoying our painter's tape situation.
I love it. It keeps that coax cable from going all crazy and knocking the router off the wall. You know, it get her done. Do you like fried chicken or chicken that's fried? Nice. Hey, you commented on that. You liked my comment that as long as it has sauce. I saw that. I like the. Let's see here. Former Inglewood resident here. What was that? There was a Samuel L. Jackson as a hockey coach. Wasn't it straight out of Inglewood? Oh man, I love that skit. Looking for a compressor for die grinder, but don't have 240 outlet. Yeah, you're gonna need a big. There's some bigger. The Cobalt makes all the ones I did in my. I did a top 5 air compressors. All but the last one I think were 120. So 15 gauge Pierce finished roof nail. They're both excellent. Never abuse them. Take care. Yeah. Hey, Nirvana's, man, things are going so fast here. I'm trying to keep up, guys. Sorry. Nirvana's in the house. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I love that movie. But 3 of the magnetic toolbar holders. Those things are great, man. I use those all the time. Also, if you get them free, you can take them apart, and there's little inch long or inch and a half long magnets in them. You can do all sorts of stuff with those.
Isn't that how you did your pencil?
No, I use the little neodymium magnets for the pencil. What else we got here? For the black roll cab, lowest price of the year. Ryobi versus Craftsman. Any thoughts? Craftsman right now, I've not seen anything from Craftsman that makes me think that they're anything better than the Porter cable, and I'm not a big fan of Porter cable. Ryobi, it used to be Black & Decker, Ryobi, Porter cable, Rigid, DeWalt, Milwaukee. They're all like the Ford Chevy at each tier, the good, better, best. And now all of TTI's has moved up half a step. In fact, I think the Ryobi is as good or better than anything from Porter cable. The higher end Ryobi, because Ryobi does make some cheaper stuff. Which drill is your best choice to work with? I use the Hercules stuff every day. Just bought a pressure washer and the Hercules impact drill. Love them. Yeah. The first time the company lifetime warranty on tool denies me, I drop it quicker than a nuclear hot potato. Exactly. The whole point of getting a lifetime warranty is that you don't have to worry about it. Mad Bad Bear in the house. Hey, Bear. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up and read through these. Got a Ryobi. Ryobi's killing it with the lawn game. I mean, why Red Beard and not Red Bear? Well, I've owned the domain Red Beard for years and years because this actually used to be red. Hilty, 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 if you got the money, money, money. Hello from Tennessee. Oh, I love Tennessee. And the UK again is in the house. Let's see here. Do I think Hercules is a good drill? It's my daily drill. You've seen my other videos where I show the workbench. I've got a ton of drills. I use the Hercules daily. The battery system on it is the best battery for the dollar. All high end. They're not making any money on those batteries. Trying to come on.
Yeah.
Sorry guys. If I'm missing you, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to keep up with all this. I go to garage sales for all the old Porter cables. Okay. Black & Decker bought Porter cable at some point. It was right after they got DeWalt. Up until that point, Porter cable was tried and true, one of the best American tools you could buy. After that point, no. Let's see here. Table saw, Rigid or Delta? Delta. The Delta saw at Lowe's, that big one's about $550, is the best table saw you can buy at any big box store today. It's not fabulous. I used to have one. I picked it up used for a song, but by far it's better than the Rigid one. Rigid has had some great saws. I had a Rigid I just sold, so.
Hey, Joe.
Joe's in the house, is he?
Yes.
Joe, how's it going?
But...
Hey, sorry. I got your emails. I've been trying to get back to you. We're going to get some shirts for the mods. We're working on that. But I've just been so busy with these air compressors, and Harbor Freight's been just so many tools are coming out with and stuff, and trying to keep up with it all. It's crazy. What do you say? The DaBEAR and Hercules tools have 90-day warranties. Yeah, and let me talk about that real quick, because everyone gives Harbor Freight a raw deal on this. And the other thing is, I'm not a Harbor Freight fanboy or fan bear. I'm a fan of what they're doing. I'm always telling you when they do something wrong. Like the 12-volt tools. They're great tools. They're excellent tools. But they're too expensive. They need to come down on price. Hey, Jack's in the house. I'm glad you make it. Vegas Vince, how's it going? But the issue with the warranty is, and I wish what they did instead is, they should sell it with the 2-year warranty and let you opt out of it. Because imagine that. Imagine if they took that Herc drill, tacked $19 on it, and that was just the price. It was $120 for the basic drill. That's just the price. But when you got to the cash register, they said, if you want, you can save $10 and only have a 1-year warranty, or you can save $20 and have a 90-day warranty. What would you choose? It's all how you frame it. Hold on here. Why the heck don't I have a blue wrench? And Yoda does. Why don't you have a blue wrench? Let's see here. How do we ban him? There we go. Banned. That'll take care of him. My favorite salad is the one where there are no veggies, just meat. meat salad.
Nice.
Do I like anything with the word salad in it?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. Does pizza count as salad? It's kind of a bowl, right? It's a plate with stuff in it. Oh, Cox cable's out, no Wi-Fi. Brad's. Hey, oh shoot! Did I promote him to? Dang, I meant to ban him. Was in New Jersey, now in southeast Georgia. Wow, I love Georgia. It's warm and humid at times, like all the time. But I like Savannah, and that's a beautiful part of the country. Fruit salad, crab. Nope, I'm gonna say no on the crab salad.
And fruit salad, you can pass on too.
No, does that have mayonnaise in it too?
Yes.
Yep. Nope, not happening.
Alex wants to know about your tattoos.
Which ones?
I don't know.
I got some on my leg. I got a Samoan tattoo. And then I've got this one, which is a religious one. It's Faith, Hope, and Charity. This is my gun rights 2A one. And these are my compass ones for getting home. I used to sail a lot. I'm really at home on the water, monohull or catamaran. So
he's asking about your arm.
Yeah. I know a lot of people ask if I was in the Navy. No, it's a Christian symbol of the anchor, the cross, and the heart. So for faith, hope, and charity.
Superior Being says you need Hercules tattoo.
Hercules, you mean? 80s day in Florida. Oh, jeez.
Eddie, he does not like deviled eggs.
Nope.
I do.
Oh,
basically, all those things that you say, I like.
If it's not broke, fix it. He's taking off. Have a good night. Glad you could stop by and say hi.
Have a good night.
What do you think about Ryobi and Hercules matchup in Battle Royale? Ryobi took all. I think Hercules is a tool. Ryobi didn't take all. You're talking about the one over at VCG. I think it's. I love those guys. They're a lot of fun, but I think it's whatever tool Vince is using. Because Nick got the slippery bits part going, and it seems like whatever tool he uses is whatever tool Nick uses is the one that wins, or not Nick, Vince. My wife was a tattoo artist. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. New to the channel, been binge watching your videos. Appreciate everything you're doing. Who was that? That was Vince A. Hey, welcome to the den. Who's your favorite larger tool channel? VCG, Real to... I wouldn't call VCG a larger tool channel. Are they? Who's my favorite my larger... You know what? I like, make something, and, I like to make stuff, and, those are the big channels. let's see here. I would say, I mean, VCG is hitting 40, but they were about the same size as us a couple months ago, and then they hit the Gold Rush spike with the videos on the DeWalt's that catch on fire, and they, you know, when you get 500,000 views off of one video or something, you know, it's nice when that happens. Mad Bad Bear, make sure you subscribe to Mad Bad Bear there. Hey, also, any of you who have a channel, if you go to the forums that I just set up, over at dentatools.com, and you go to the forum, you click on that, and you go down towards at the bottom. I just added a whole section for promoting your channel. So we're going to have that because I've always been big on promoting channels, and you know, ever since we started. So I want to give you guys a place where you can promote your own channel. You can talk about somebody else's channel, and you can and even if it's not tool related, just has to make sure it's, you know, DOT family approved. Hey, Red, did I see that Radio Shack is making a slow comeback? I have heard here and there that they're slowly building back. I mean, it's a good concept if it's managed right. I mean, not everyone wants to drive down, you know, an hour and a half to get over to a Fry's or order stuff online. There is a niche for it, but they just got to manage it right. Bandsaw blades, Wolf. Jack says, Bauer's worth investing in the battery system, joining the forum so I can swap sailing stories. that would be fun. We should talk sailing. Bauer, I love the Bauer system. The only issue I have with it is I wish the batteries were as cost effective as the Hercules. But I mean, if you saw the line of tools they're coming out with, it's huge. Also, on the forum, you've been doing the cooking. We have a cooking part also, where people have been sharing recipes and stuff. Someone's been showing a lot of barbecue stuff, and the missus and I have been going keto.
Yes, I just finished the loaf.
Yeah, I've been grumpy, and your son's stationed in Vegas coming to say, hey, hit me up. I'll buy you a drink. We'll go and have some bourbon and talk tools. Timberwolf, yep, Timberwolf bandsaws. And so anyway, yeah, so we're sharing recipes over there also, and you can, you know, help us stay keto.
I feel pull it out.
Good thing it's a good tool. Well, you know, the other thing you have to remember is the comparison was $160 top of the line Ryobi. And remember, Ryobi, everyone thinks of it's just DIY. They make some, you know, low tier pro grade tools, and that was one of them. It's $160 with a high output motor, full size, versus a compact $100, $115 drill. It's and the Ryobi's brushless, and the Hercules was brushed. Just the fact that even if it just kept up, it would have been a win dollar wise. But anyway, I'd like to see a better comparison of like the compact Milwaukee or the compact DeWalt in the same price range versus the Herc. Regular 3-ton jack, $65. Yeah, those are nice for that price. Are they clones? No, I don't think they're of the Daytona. No, and they're also not low profile. That one that's on. So one of the things is, this is what's weird. The low profile jacks lift higher. So if you've got a truck or something, you may want to get one of the low profile or the Daytonas. And Jack says he loves to cook. The 1/2-inch drive Cobalt is okay. I haven't tried the 1/2-inch. I've got that triple hammer they got, and that thing is a little beast. I got a vise from Win, not bad. Win makes some great budget tools. I just wish their support was better. Man, they've got a 14-inch bandsaw that I'm dying to try. Brushless doesn't make a tool better. It doesn't make a tool better. In fact, look at stationary tools. You will almost never find a brushless stationary tool. And where it helps is in cordless tools. It helps with efficiency, and it helps keep heat down. That's the only two things. The takeaway is it makes it way more complicated. So if that tool breaks, you're not going to fix it yourself probably. You think brushless is really worth the extra money? I don't. Unless I have a specific job that requires a brushless tool. Again, it always goes back to the tool for the job. For general use, I think brushed is fine. I mean, think about it. How many of you guys have ever had a brush fail? Seriously. And every Harbor Freight tool that has a brush, that uses a brush, ships with extra brushes. So, I don't get the problem. Hold on here. Hey, Menorca's in the house. Hey. Somebody asked something. Hey, Red, bought the 43-inch U.S. General chest today. Checked 2 stores. Blue in the lower chest was not to be found. Didn't want to risk losing the sale. Had to go 2-tone. Blue on top. Like, hey, it's going to look very craftsman-y, right? The blue ones are hard to find, man. Everyone loves them. I've got the blue, the 22-inch, the smaller one. And I know that I want to get the top box for it. I know I'm going to have a hard time finding it. Induction motors are brushless. Well, yeah, okay. I am thinking about getting into trucking, but not good at stick shift at all.
Practice.
Yeah, you know, I learned on a stick shift. I got my driver's license when I was 14 and was driving a stick. What does your llama say? #1 DaBEAR fan. Very nice. I love you. Come here. Bonk.
By the way, his name is Mr. Milky Way.
Mr. Milky Way. Of course it is.
Mr. Milky Way.
Someone's got a sweet tooth. Mm-hmm. Do you think Harbor Freight will start concentrating on more pro tools and letting go? No. Everyone keeps worried about that. It's like they're having an abandonment complex. They're just expanding the line. They're not abandoning anybody. Look at the Win 10-inch bandsaw, but reviews are hit and miss. Yes, they are. I'm not a big fan of... I either like portable bandsaws or 14-inch or bigger. Anything in between just never really works out for me. Which one were you pointing out?
The had springs fail. Jameson.
Read it to me. I can't see it. Oh, I've had springs fail. Oh, on the brushes, the springs? Oh. Have you used the Harbor Freight Portaband blades? Are they just as good as other replacements? No, they're not. They're not bad, though. So the one that came with it, it says used for wood only. I've used it. I cut those standing, what do you call it? Basketball poles. All steel, they're about that big. I cut through one of those like a hot knife through butter.
Yes.
The city came and said that they were going to fine me if I didn't take it down like that day. And there was like trash pickup garbage thing come by heavy. So I came out there at the saw and went, vip, 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 vip. And it was done.
Yeah.
In fact, that blade lasted a long time. It just broke, and I just replaced it. And I didn't use Timberwolf blades because I just went to Lowe's and grabbed the. What is it? Starts with an L. I like all their hand tools and stuff. Lennox, is it Lennox blades? I think, because I have some of their like detail screwdrivers and stuff. All right.
DJ Kentucky's asking about any surprises from unpacking your stored tools.
Yeah, there was all surprise. Hold on. Do I reload? Not anymore. I standardize on the basics. So there's just on those like 9, 45, 12 and stuff. It's just not cost effective to reload. Update channel. So when he asked about Linux. So when he asked, Toolhead's in the house. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up. Asked about the video today. I did a live stream of unboxing 2 of the boxes, the big Plano boxes that we took out of storage. Yeah, I'll tell you, the biggest surprise was how many multimeters I have. I think I came away with 4 or 5 multimeters, at least 2 thermal scan guns, a couple old planers, and a whole bunch of Velcro.
Oh, I don't think that was...
Jack, I think you fat fingered it and put too many zeros in there, because that's really nice and all, but you didn't mean to do that, right? We need to like refund that or something. It was supposed to be like $20.
Message us.
Yeah, email me. We'll do a super chat all.
Yeah, that's the shocked chat. The delayed.
Yeah, because I know you're living on a budget there. So anyway, let us know, because we don't want you to get shocked by your bank statement. But thank you still. The super chats, guys. we really appreciate your support. You know, the get a bigger bell, no doubt. The Jack, you can nap tomorrow afternoon. Nice. The was it Humble Pie or Pink Floyd or I'm a Floyd fan from way back in the day. Can't really listen to it though. Too many trippy color things happen. The Mountain Lake Terrace, Washington. We should make Jack a wrench there. Do you think putting a little bit 2 ounce of Lucas oil treatment with a quart of oil might quiet down the 21 gallon Harbor Freight air compressor? Wow. I don't know. That's a good question. I never even thought about trying to address, which is ridiculous because anytime somebody breaks, I always tear it apart and whatnot. And I don't know. I could try it. I mean, do you have one? Because I'd love to see if somebody could come up with a way to make that thing quieter. The thing is it is so loud, it's painful. Yeah. Looking to get an impact on a tight budget, 6 kids. Oh, jeez.
Bless you.
Yeah. I got 3. I can barely keep up. She wanted 6. She's not right in the head.
Cheaper by the dozen, right?
That's a half dozen, but
no, I'm saying if we had a dozen.
Needs more cowbell.
Did you see Shadow's Edge cowbell for under 100, air horn for 100 plus?
I used to have an air horn. You made me get rid of it.
Yes, because I wanted you to live.
Oh, well, I gotta move this microphone. Sorry, guys. The microphone is getting in the way of me being able to see the text. What were we talking about? Yeah.
Net Dragon said they can give us 3 more kids.
No, we're good. You can drop them off for the weekend. They kind of cancel each other out when other kids are here.
You have to make sure that you have insurance because if the fingers go missing.
The vertical bandsaw at Harbor Freight. You know what? I used to be really against it, but everyone else has priced themselves out of the market or dropped bandsaws altogether. And Harbor Freight recently lowered the price. So with a super coupon, if you can buy it with a super coupon, it's under $300. It's like $275. And at that point, having to mod it to make it better, make it usable, isn't a non-option. I'm a huge fan of the Grizzly 14-inch, but you're talking twice the price. And I always hate people who are like, you need to save up and buy something that's completely more expensive than what you were suggesting. What's up? Which one?
Toolhead got kicked out of a Harbor Freight?
What?
Is that an appropriate story?
I got kicked out of a Harbor Freight on Thursday. Were you not tall enough to go on the ride? Sorry, I was teasing Vince and they got kicked out of a Harbor Freight also. What'd you get kicked out for? Were you because you were filming?
We'll have to scroll down and see.
5 kids, not that many.
Yep.
I went on a $2,500 shopping spree at Harbor Freight yesterday. Oh my gosh. Wow. 44-inch toolbox chest.
He should have videotaped that.
For me, I'll get the cowbell ready. If you're going to bring that, I wanted that 44-inch. I don't have a place for it. That's the thing is right now, we're moving out of our place here at the end of May, and there's all these things I want to get. I don't have room for them. Bauer, oh yeah. It's under 300. I know so it doesn't have the guide blocks I would want. It doesn't have the exhaust port the way I'd want. It doesn't have the drive belt that I want. It doesn't have the tension release I'd want. But at under 300, 275, I can mod it and do that kind of stuff. And, and having a decent fence. It doesn't have a decent fence. But again, at that price, geez.
Looks like it was for recording.
What was? Oh, yeah, geez. For recording, I mean, was it the store manager that kicked you out? Because I know technically they have the right to, and I've talked to the store managers and they're always thrilled that to have me record in their stores. But I know that they've talked to other managers who are freaked out that they let them record in their stores. And I think the difference is if the store is nice and clean, they're more than happy to have you record there to show it off. And if the store is trash, they don't want you filming it and having them get in trouble.
I can see that.
The old Deltas are great, man. The only problem is buying them used. People want so much money for them, and they don't have any of the features that the newer ones do. Which is why I keep saying go Grizzly. It's not just a family thing. I posted a picture of my favorite Harbor Freight tool on your Facebook page. I'll have to check it out. I'm eating Cracky Cream. Really? You're eating Krispy Kreme donuts? Nice, thanks.
It's all right. I made a lovely dessert for later.
It's probably like sausage or something. I never thought I'd be so anti-meat. Store manager. Hey, Bear, I love your videos. You come up with some good choices, Bear. I think everyone feels in Harbor Freight. They always get a kick out of it. I like that your plan to the Bear. It's a good idea. Come on. Oh, thank you. I love your wife joins you for the live streams. I do. I like it when we do stuff together. It's always more fun. Who's at Home Depot looking for metric bolt selection? It's poor. Home Depot's, any of their parts selection is just... The thing is they're so oriented towards contractors at Home Depot that it's all standardized. So if you need odd things, you're just not going to find it. And Lowe's is probably even worse when it comes to that. Craftsman bandsaw for $400 a couple years ago. The old Craftsman bandsaws weren't bad. They were a little underpowered, but they weren't bad. Anyone ever seen the tilting one where the table stays still? Rather than the table tilting like they do on the new ones, the table stays still and the whole bandsaw tilts. Some people love them. There's that little cult following for them. I'm not a fan of them. Every time I go to Harbor Freight, all the ratchets seem to sell out. Man, I wish they would sell individuals. The Delta was a freebie. You gotta like that price when you can get it. Sigger Glock. FN. How do you like that? I'm not a fan of Glock. I think they're overpriced for what they are. Don't get me wrong. They're not bad. There's nothing bad about them, but they're overpriced for what they are, and they just finally got rid of the finger grooves. Rodney's in the house. This is my better 2/3. This is this is the bear that, and her name is Jessie. Yeah. So Jeff and Jessie. Taurus 45. I've shot those. Thought I had a red beard. I used to. Thanks for pointing that out. You know, with age comes wisdom, and with age goes away all the hair. Best thing I bought from Harvard the last 2 months, the sanding belt cleaning block. Looks like a bigger... Yeah, those things are great. For those of you who don't know, you can, on the sanding belts, they have this thing that looks like an eraser, and it will clean all the gunk out and make your sandpaper usable again. Not 100%, but it really extends the use of it. Hold on real quick. Kimber 1911 full size. Yeah, I just sold a Kimber. I had a Kimber, what was it? The LE something, tactical. I just sold it. High Point is the Harbor Freight of pistols. Did you see the new tactical High Point they have out? All the Merlin stuff is sold out. Man, I got some Merlin stuff they sent me. That stuff, I picked those up. They're so nice. If you had to choose between 10K at Harbor Freight or a used CNC mill, which would you use? I do the 10K at Harbor Freight. I can build my own CNC. I've done it before. I can do it again. 100K subs. You need to dye your beard red.
I agree.
We get 100K subs. I'll dye it purple.
Let's not be crazy. Let's stick with red.
With an eye patch and a parrot, you could be Bear Kelly's Bluebeard. Arrgh. Oh, who is that guy? The GOP congressman who wore like the leather eye patch with the eagle on it. He showed what's his name? The guy who plays Captain America. He pulled his eye patch up and he's got a glass eye with the Captain America symbol in it. That dude is bad. I love him. Let's see here. TSC is this. I love TSC, but don't tell them they're listening. Kimbers used to be great. I hate to tell you, they're not that fantastic. In the past 5 years, they just went off a cliff as far as quality control.
Hot pink. It is.
Hot pink. We'll save that for 500,000 subs. How about that?
Yeah. I'm excited. I can't wait to dye your beard. They just have to invite all their friends. Come on.
Yeah, invite all your friends. Here we go.
It'll be a party.
Or you could do, anybody beats Jack's super chat there. Jack, are you still here? Anyway, anyone beats his super chat donation tonight, you could pick my hair color. Distilling in the den with the Walt. Daughter came home with pink highlights. Dan Crenshaw. That's the man. Dan Crenshaw, man. If he ran for president today, I think he would win. I got a few of the Hercules tool bags. They're nice. I'm collecting tool bags. I'm going to do a video comparing tool bags. It's a silly topic, but I got this thing about tool bags. Sorry, I need to steal some of your drink. I know.
It's like we're married or something.
How long did it take you to start gaining subs? Boy, I don't really remember. I know we hit 20,000 right before Christmas, and we were at, I think, 10,000 a year before that. So, and we only really started doing the channel seriously about a year and a half ago. It was a lot of on and off. I do it here, I do it there. In fact, I've only gotten really serious about it in the last, since Christmas. Mm-hmm. And we've gained, 5,000 subs since then. So just shave it and move on. I'm not shaving the beard. The hair on top, this is just my winter thing. I do this thing every winter where I grow out everything out, and then come spring, everything from here up is gone, and everything from here down gets shaved nice and neat. Here's an old Snap-on bag that won't die. Hold on, let me go through the messages here, see what I missed. There's XDM is one of the better. I used to have a whole bunch of XDMs. In fact, when I taught, that's what I used in my classes was XDMs. All right. 40 cal. If you're into 40 cal, now's the time to buy because all the police departments are trading them in. You can buy some 40 cals cheap. The new 9mm are, that's why they are. Joe, doing the thing that mods do. Thank you so much. I know Milwaukee tool totes are expensive. You know who has the best bags? Let's be honest. Who has the best bags? And let's see if any of you can guess it. Who has the nicest, fanciest bags for any tool company? Klein. Yeah, it's Klein. Klein has. They're ridiculous. It's just. Husky.
Someone
nice.
else was talking about my 2 glasses.
Why? What is with you and the glasses? It's not holding your hair back.
You know what? It's just...
I live with it every day and have for years.
It's funny.
Hold on. Let me... How did you get so rich that your wife can hang her up 2 pairs of glasses? She's just showing off. She's That's like right. that, isn't she?
I'm fancy.
Irwin bags. I haven't seen the Irwin bags. Vito B's Klein. What does everyone think about Duluth? The city? No, Duluth trading. I like Duluth. I do. I know there's a lot of back and forth about, like, I'm with Duluth and I'm with, who's the other one? The Carhartt. I've got a Carhartt jacket. I think they're both good. They do some things better. Duluth, makes a little bit more comfortable pants. I heard from a lot of guys that they switched from Carhartt to Duluth, so.
Aren't they the ones that had the...
Vince did a video on the Makita box. The tool box. I did see that. He thinks of some things that I haven't. There's some things that I just think are obvious that everyone just knows, and he like that thing with the magnetic bit holder and stuff he did. And I don't even think about the fact that people skip over that and they don't realize it's there. So good on him for catching it. That's probably one of my biggest weaknesses is there's a lot of stuff that I just assume everyone knows. Hold on here. Let me scroll up real quick. All I'll say is you got a good looking wife. Yes, I do. I'm a lucky man. Duluth fits fat guys like me. Well, us slim folks. They, Have you done ammunition reloading? I have done ammunition reloading. The Lee single press, it's good. You know what it's good for is if you're doing like really expensive rounds for like target shooting, like match grade. If you're doing, you know, high-end 308 or bigger kind of stuff, and you want to make sure each round is precision and perfect, that's what it's good for. I had a Lee, the top of the line Lee, what do you call it? The progressive one. And when I did mine, and it worked great. SEO Special Ops, Spec Ops bags. You gotta dig deep. Well, I also have my what you call it bag, my Red Ox.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember that from the gifts for Dad. That bag, that's the bomb, man. But that's $250 for a small. It's not a duffel bag, is it? It's a small duffel bag.
Yeah.
But $250 for a duffel bag is a bit pricey. When are you gonna start welding? You know. So I had, like, everyone who lived near me when we were in California was a welder.
Him.
And the thing is, I can't put 220 in here. We're going to leave. So probably this summer up in Montana, I'm going to be doing some welding. I found my welding helmet and going through my stuff, so I know where my helmet is. Have you seen Milwaukee socket sets? Yeah, all the Milwaukee hand tool stuff, it seems to be overpriced. RCBS is probably the best value in quality to price in reloading. The only gun we are allowed are water guns. Poor Jersey.
What's sticky fingers?
What are you talking about? For dinner, I went to Sticky Fingers and had half rack of ribs, a quarter of chicken, and pulled pork. Oh, that sounds so good.
Okay, pulled pork sounds delicious, and the ribs sound delicious. I might be a little chickened out. What is sticky fingers?
I don't know. Never heard of it. Wasn't Harvey Ford coming out with some new inverter stick welder? They are. Can't talk about it, but they are. Knipex. The proper way to pronounce it is Knipex. Hand tools all the way. They do make some great stuff. Harbor Freight bags make good shooting bags, and you can't beat the price. Yes, they do. I've used them for that.
Good night, TL Fort.
Good night. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to have to hand it off to you for a minute. I have to go visit the little bear's room.
Ooh, it's a barbecue place.
Well, that's the right name for it.
Yes. I am looking. Do I do projects with DaBEAR? Yes, I do. We have done a couple projects together. He does a lot with the kids. But yeah, we ripped out carpeting. We've done a number of other projects. But it's a lot of me learning. You know, that's actually one of the things I think is interesting is if you and your significant other can do a project together. That definitely tells a lot. So Sticky Fingers is a barbecue chain, and they make a lot of sauces in the grocery store. Where are you? What part of the country are you in?
It's got to be the south.
I'm guessing Jeff is saying he thinks it's the south. I'm guessing. Squash suspension. I did not make it to the gym today. But the night is not over. I did take the kids out today, and they jumped around at the trampoline place.
Can I get in?
Apparently he wants his seat back.
No, just scoot over. There we go.
Oh my goodness gracious.
You're fine.
They were asking if we ever do projects together.
No, which is why we're still married.
I said sometimes we've done a couple of them.
We have a few. It's really weird. The kind of stuff that she likes to do is usually different than the kind of stuff I like to do, so.
Are you OCD enough that you thumbs up or thumbs down video on you?
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Maybe.
Yes, she is.
Maybe.
Wait. That thing says 200. Does that mean someone donated 200?
Yeah, Jack did.
Oh, did we ring the bell?
We
rang the bell.
Good.
We rang it. We ranged it.
It
rung
got
the bell.
wrong.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Something about a tear down.
I saw that he did the video on the hacksaw. I thought it was odd that he did it right after I talked about it. In fact, I often wonder if he's got another channel or another user ID that he uses to follow other channels, because I've seen quite often that I will talk about something and then the next thing I know, he's doing a video on it. I think he's stalking me. Who's the cub? This is Ellie Bell. This is Eleanor, the middle cub.
Hey, thank you. Someone ring the bell. Can I have the bell so I can ring it?
Oh gosh, she's gonna ring the bell. Woo! Thank you.
Thank you,
Leon
so
with
much.
the $5 super chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. I know that was all for me.
He may get it in his recommendation. He might. I don't know. I'll be honest. I used to watch him, and it just got, the language just got to be, it's not that I'm offended by it. Trust me, I'm no saint by any means, you know.
Hi.
Maurice, hi, Eleanor. It's the point where it's almost like he's doing it on purpose just to sound cool, is what it comes across at that level. And I've worked with so many guys who are trying to compensate for something to make them sound like they're just one of the guys, or that they've been on the job longer. I mean, and that's not the case with him. So I don't know why he does it. Unless maybe that's, hey, I've got a bear. Maybe that's just his stick that he does to try and appeal to all the, because that's the other thing, is he appeals a lot to what I call the tool bros, the guys who don't want to think and just go, yeah, Milwaukee's always the best all the time. Anybody who says otherwise is an idiot. Or DeWalt's always the best. Anybody who says anything is on the, I don't even say, hey, Tech Gorilla's in the house. The keto people are here.
Hey.
And anyway, I'm not even one who says that Harbor Freight's always the best. In fact, I would say usually they're not. That's how they made their bones, by being cheap but not great. It was, you could buy it, use it for one project, and it was cheaper than renting, and it might last for a second or third project if you win. The fact that coming out with newer and better tools is great, but I'm not ever going to sit there and tell you that you should buy Harbor Freight all the time. In fact, if you saw me going through my tools, you saw a lot of it wasn't Harbor Freight. Mrs. Keto Bear.
Yep.
How do I do a super chat? If you're on an iPhone, you can't do it. I know that. But at the bottom, it shows you.
I think somebody was explaining it.
Yeah. There's a little dollar sign you click on. Thanks, Menorca. Rodney, you know what it does? It does. That's the thing, is there are times when that's the only thing that will really, express the way you feel. But the other times is being able to be articulate and say the words that you mean when you mean them. To be able to express yourself perfectly in the moment has a je ne sais quoi of its own. Do you watch Wrangle Star? I do. I'm a big fan of Wrangle Star. He has his downsides and he gets into the weeds sometimes with some of his stuff, but I like the guy. Older horizontal Harbor Freight compressor. Can I use impact tools? Probably not. Maybe just a tiny bit, but no, not really. Can you do Super Chat on iPad? I don't think any of the Apple products support it. It's running the same OS as the phone, so.
Mike Adams says he likes how you are fair about your reviews and comparisons, and then the screen goes up and I can't read it. You give the pros and cons of each.
I tried to. I really do. And the other thing is, what you'll find, and this is what a lot of people say, that I'm biased or stuff, like pro Harbor Freight, but it's because I think that every tool has a specific job where it can be best at that one thing. And so when I talk about the tool, I sit there and I say, this is what it's good at. But the thing is, the fanboys who want to hear somebody rag on Harbor Freight go, well, you didn't say how horrible it was, and you're saying it's good, but you didn't hear what I said. They they ignored the part where I said, don't do this with it. But if you're doing this, it's great. And they don't hear that because they don't want to. iPhones are now allowing Super Chat. That's cool.
Yes.
What's
They're asking, when are you going to do a 30-gallon compressor review? Looking to get one. I like the video on the 2-gallon quiet ones, but occasionally I use air impact and ratchets. Not often, but on occasion.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a sneak peek. Wait for the video for tomorrow. The 21-gallon oilless. I can't believe I'm saying this. The oilless. When you see it run at constant airflow, I have it running at constant airflow with an impact wrench. It's one of the cheap ones, but the airflow is the same. You might consider it for the cost. Now, Explorer Steve, if you guys don't know who Explorer Steve is, you need to open up another window in YouTube. Go look up Explorer Steve and subscribe to him. He does a lot of Harbor Freight stuff. He does a lot of like van life kind of stuff. He's a great guy. He's just so nice. And anyway, he just got the 29-gallon, the belt drive one. So he's going to be doing some reviews on that. And I'm giving him to borrow the Fortress compressor so he can compare it against the other ones. See, there was the Moto 5G. Oh my gosh. Okay, go on.
She gets really excited. Yeah. Thank you, Leon.
Thank you.
All right, we'll give that one to you, okay? So I owe you $2.
Oh my goodness.
We got to give the phones
Also,
a name.
Hi, Mad Bad Bear.
Did he hurt himself recently? Wrangle Star? He wrecked his motorbike?
He's okay.
I've been so busy this week. It's just been crazy. I'll be honest, we've been having to work a lot harder this Amazon. The other thing is I'm a published author. In fact, I'm the author. Most of you guys know. I'm the author of the best-selling book in the world on how to make moonshine, which is the Home Distiller's Workbook. And Amazon changed the way they paid. They changed it from paying every 30 days to every 60 days. So basically, they just skipped a month, and they're just going to hold on to and sit on that and earn interest off of it. So we just basically lost an entire month's income, which is more than half of our income comes from book sales. So that,
yeah.
So Jack, thank you.
Do you know of a metric threaded angle grinder that works on US power? There's a bunch of cheapo accessories I can find online, but they're M10 or M14 only. Adapting to 5/8 doesn't seem safe.
I don't. And that's, if anybody does, please chime in. In fact, I had a Chinese company send me some angle grinder accessories that I was going to do a review on, but they were for that, and I couldn't use it on mine. And I couldn't find a grinder it would work on. Hold on, scroll down. You got to check out... What? No, not that far. Up. Somebody said stop. Sorry. You got to check out Explorer Steve's Princess Auto video. Yeah, that is a good one. Okay, go down.
Okay.
Or up. Where? You're driving. Why am I telling you?
I don't know.
Do it right. Hold on. Does Harbor Freight sell anything comparable to the Swag Portaband table? They do not. But I got a video coming out where I'm showing using it with the whatchamacallit, with the jaw horse, and it works really well. And I did another video on how to make a wooden stand for it that's knockdown. It's got hinges, so and when you're done using it, you unlock it and the whole thing folds flat. You can put it on a shelf. I want to like what they're doing with that table, but it's $150. It's more than the saw. So, Menards Master Force. I know there's always fans for that. Explorer Steve. It's with an X. Explorer Steve. Check him out.
Project Farm?
Project Farm. Have you guys been watching the stuff he's been doing with the motor oil lately? He does some really great reviews. I like his stuff. Pittsburgh Pro Handmade Tools. Let's see here. Yeah, you're jumping around too much. It's going to make me nauseous.
I'm just getting you back for driving.
Keep going.
Okay.
Why don't Depot or Lowe's sell arbors for grinder? I don't know. I wish I could just find a plain old arbor for, making my own tools and stuff. The the Ace Hardware near us used to have it when we were in California, but we were also in the middle of farm country, so you'd see a lot of that kind of stuff.
Hey Bear, a guy called me who watches you. G. Ray Brown. Already.
I don't know why he called you, but no. That's great. That's awesome.
Something about the Bauer wood planer is the same as the Wen wood planer.
Do you think the Bauer wood planer is the same as the Win wood planer? I haven't looked at it. I wouldn't be surprised. Toolhead has a video talking about some tools that are similar. I'm not going to say which, but go over to his channel and check it out.
Gonna buy your book. Being in Tennessee, Moonshine is just a friend away. Peach in the fridge now.
Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Project Farm is a great channel. He's a really smart and a nice guy. He's got some good information. Going to buy the Moonshine book. Sounds like fun. Moonshine's always fun. I will warn you, it is a lot more work than you're going to expect.
In case you might have missed this earlier.
Jay Brent says, you gave me a free advert. I did. I'm glad. By the way, if you have a business, a small business or something like that, always feel free to shout out your business. I'm a huge supporter of small businesses in America. For people who don't know, 80% of the people who are employed in the United States are employed by a small business. Small businesses are the heart of the economy, and they're what gets people going. And they're what allows mobility and why we don't have a class system. It's because anybody can quit their job, start a small business, and grow, and either just be independent or grow it into something significant and employ other people. And that's why, the restrictions on small business in Europe are why they have such, and they don't like to admit it, but like in England, there's a hardcore class system in England, and it's based on economics. And it's because there's practically no, vertical movement because of it. Anyway.
See where the cursor is?
In case you might have missed this earlier, have you done any reviews on prototyped tools to help improve their design? No, I haven't. Somebody had contacted me about a pressure washer that they were working on, and I got so busy. He was supposed to call and he didn't call, and then he called later, like 2 days later. I would love to do more stuff on prototype tools. I'm a huge fan of building my own kind of stuff and prototyping things. It's why I got into 3D printers and whatnot. So, yeah. Mad Bear started his stream. If you want to watch video games, you should check it out.
GoldStrikeChili.com.
Gold Strike Chili. Gold Star Chili? No, Gold Strike.
And it looks like Chris says if we need channel merchandise, the one that does his is great.
If you can, send me an email at red-beard.com because we need to figure something out. The merchandise stuff we're using through what through what YouTube links to is ridiculous.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I wish I would have found your channel before I bought the more expensive tools. All right, hold on. We're going to do another switcheroo here.
Sorry. Musical chairs.
Look at Joe Smith's channel. Yeah, he's coming up with a Troll Hunter shirt. Speaking of which, if you like cheesy, fun movies and don't mind subtitles, there is a Norwegian movie called Troll Hunter that is the bomb. It is hilariously good and kind of scary for the little ones. They love it. She'll watch it all. She loves monster movies. This one, she likes anything scary. She's odd, just like her dad.
Hey,
Mom. Do you like Bosch tools? I used to really like Bosch tools. I like their bits and stuff. Let's see here. I think that one was mine this time. Mr. Moto there, being all chimey and stuff. Sorry. Wanted you to come off of it. Sorry. I'm trying to catch up here. Oh, going the wrong way. How did you become an author? Any tips for those with an idea? I've only written nonfiction. I've tried to write some fiction, but I've never gotten anywhere with it. And my idea is, if you've got any kind of skill set, there's somebody out there who wants to learn something about it. And, write for an entry level, write for mid-level, write for top tier level, but be specific. Don't try to do all of it in one. And, work on do an outline and build from there. I've done several iterations. I didn't just sit down and write it all at once. And even then, I don't think it's an amazing book. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep... I sent Bear files yesterday to take to his shirt maker. I don't have a shirt maker. That's the problem. I've got to get a shirt maker. Consider voice acting. You definitely have a voice for it. Thank you so much. It's funny you say that because I've always thought if there's anything about me I would want to change, it would be my voice. Evening from Sacramento. Wayne's in the house. Hey, Wayne. How's it going?
I'm Mad Bear.
He wants to go watch his stream.
Oh, I'll go.
Hey, Bear, what are you playing tonight? He's over at his mom's house, so that's why you don't see Mad Bad Bear here. Not here, over there. Go on, Mom's sitting there. Teespring, that's what we use now, and I hate them. This whole thing where they do like these cycles, like it's only good for 3 days, and then you have to redo it or something. I don't understand that. I also don't understand why the other chats aren't showing up at the top there for the other. That's weird. You build it, we destroy. I thought you went to bed or something. Bosch has top tier tools in the U.S. Other countries have some cheap tools. Spreadshirt. I know there's a lot of them. Redbubble. What's Redbubble? The Icon toolboxes. I can't wait to see the Icon toolboxes. I have a face for radio. Yes, I do.
Nice.
Now the missus over there. Why do you think I got the bear out there? This is the second time I watched you today. I wonder how you don't throw that phone out the window. Oh, I have gotten on some spammers lists, and they just will not let go. My phone probably during the day rings every 15 minutes, and it's never a phone call from me. It's always spam. Rodney, I'm surprised how expensive t-shirts are across the board on YouTube. You know what, Rodney? You're darn right about that, and that's part of the reason why I haven't pushed t-shirts as much is because they cost so much. What is that?
It's the egg loaf.
Oh. Sorry, the missus brought me snacks. Oh, good one.
Sorry to interrupt everyone's previously.
Portable workbenches. The DeWalt does make a decent one. Who else makes a better one? Somebody makes a really good fold-out one. It's got the two clamps that come into it, and it's not a big name. It's Works, of all people. I think makes one. Sorry. But the t-shirts, maybe I'm just old, but they buy an embroidery machine. If I had that kind of money, man. I have my phone in Dungeons and Dragons mode. So it roars at you and breathes fire, casts spells. I don't get it.
I want to know more.
Tell me more. But the t-shirt thing, it's just the base price of the t-shirts. They're like $15 or $20 that I would pay for a shirt. Which is why people are always asking, why don't you give away shirts and stuff? I don't have the money to afford to give away shirts, man. A decent shirt, a tri-blend shirt, to me, my cost is like $25. And that's why I don't push a lot of the merch stuff more than I do. I put it up there, say it's there, people want it. But it's, when you buy like a sweatshirt that costs like $60 or something, I get like $5 from that. It's ridiculous. Friend just opened a small business, high performance shop. Hold on. High performance shop in Kentucky. Homestuned just started a YouTube channel. I will have to check it out, everyone. Homestuned.com. Workmate 300 from a garage sale for $5. Now that's a good deal. D&D equals do not disturb. That's not nearly as exciting as my explanation. Hold on, I moved too far. Okay. Come on, Barry, you know we got $1 million in the ground somewhere. Yeah, left over from all the campers that I ate. There's all the wallets and purses. I got a Word portable workbench for Christmas. Seems pretty nice. I think he means works. Husky portable workbench, $78. I don't need more education, medical brace, canvas, solar roof, or any other calls. Yeah, or even my was it the warranty for my car, my truck. I got called the other day. Someone trying to sell me a warranty for a vehicle I don't own anymore. Yeah, my real name is Jeff King, author of The Home Distiller's Workbook, your guide to making moonshine, whiskey, vodka, rum, and so much more. I would be happy to do a signed copy.
Yes.
If you send me an email at red@red-beard.com, you can then send me a payment through PayPal, and I'll send a signed copy for anybody who wants one. So it's red, like the color red, at red-beard, like beard.com. You should use someone like me doing min shirts for 30 years and nothing is 24. Hold on, wait a minute. Cart Graphics or something. Cart Graphics. Well, I just gave out my email address, so contact me. I would love to work with somebody. I'd much rather give my work to another person who has their own business than some big company. Do I watch The Essential Craftsman? I do sometimes. So you can get the tools in Rockwell Green or Works. Yeah, autocorrect on the phone. I know I'm a big one for using I use the voice to text on the phone all the time. I have not used the Works Power Washer. Hey everyone, company Joe Smith is expanding. Yeah. Also, by the way, Joe's talking about this. We're going to do a thing in a video. Also, the company he works with is expanding and they're hiring. So if you're in that area, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, or even nationwide, info@cedarvalleymanagement.com. They're paying well. Go check them out if you need a job. We'll get the signed copy. I'd be happy to. I've got a stack of books here. I'd be happy to sign copies if people want them.
Shadow's Edge remembers when Dungeons and Dragons was released.
I do too, man. Mm-hmm. I remember chainmail. I'm really dating myself there. Rigid or Delta table, which one would you choose? We had that question before tonight. Delta. As for new table saws, the Delta table saw is the best retail table saw you can buy without going up and spending over $1,000. Anything under $1,000, and it's like $500. If you work it right, it's gonna be like $400. The Delta table saw is by far the best. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm just saying what you can go out and just buy right now. Not talking special order, getting something from Grizzly and waiting 6 months on it. CJ Drill. I have watched her. In fact, I think she's commented on the channel. Joe Smith plus a Marine. Yo, Semper Fi. I got a brother-in-law that's a Marine. He's currently in, so gotta support our Marines. Rigid miter saw stand is great. It is. The rigid miter saw stand out there is really good quality. What are you giggling at?
You build it, we destroy it. Says he doesn't get the warranty call since he started acting like he has Tourette's.
I keep getting extended warranty on my vehicle. Yeah. See, Leon says he has that table saw and he loves it. It's great. Orange Man bad. I love that. Bought a new Ford Ranger and it's awesome. Oh, have you checked? I have not checked them out. I had a Ford Ranger basically a company vehicle that I out for a summer, and I gotta say, I really liked it. It was a lot of fun to drive. It was small, but I was smaller back then too. Often I was here. I put together shop. Only tool I have right now is a 12-volt drill. What should be my next purchase?
You have come to the right place.
Oh my gosh. I've got a video out about shop builds. So do a search for shop builds and it covers all of that. There's a budget one and a mid-level one. I still need to do a high-level one. But basically is you need if you're trying to go budget, I would get a corded drill. I would get a corded circ saw. I would get a straight edge, or maybe I won't get a track saw, but I'd get a straight edge that you could use, some clamps, and then after that, hand tools. Thoughts on Harbor Freight 2-inch tie downs? Not a huge fan of them. Tractor Supply has great deals on tie downs. The once a Marine, always a Marine bench grinder. Get a slightly larger bank account.
I was thinking that when you were talking about doing the video for the fancier, higher end stuff.
Michael says he drives older cars and rides older bikes. Now that weather's warming up, he has to get ready. I want to get a bike so badly. I've been looking at Harleys and stuff, but our budget right now just... I would love to have one up at the house in Montana for the summer. I'd be a pig in slop. Monday is National Worship of Tools Day. Craig AccuCut. I like the Craig stuff. It's just so expensive. Everything. They're not as expensive as like Woodpecker. If you guys want to see some expensive wood cutting accessories, check out Woodpecker. Kind of sucks that America doesn't get the Ford Ranger Raptor, but Australia. Well, the Ranger is just the Australian truck anyway, just that they'd already designed and were building over there, as far as I understand it.
Okay,
What is she all freaked out about?
she was outside.
Well, now you're in. You want to play? Come over here. Come here.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, Bella.
Come here. Come on. Up. Oh, there she is. Come here. What are you? Oh, you're very excited.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
She's very excited to see him.
So excited. All right, go lay down somewhere. Or go get your duck. I don't care.
Go get it. Where's your
Oh,
duck?
the kids. Go get the kids. Go get them. Grab them and shake them. Anyway, sorry, dog break there. She needed some love. She doesn't understand that we're talking to people.
She doesn't understand why we're talking to
7,500 towing for a light duty truck, like a quarter ton. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Air Force vet. Oh, very nice. I think you're using for a plasma cutter. Buy a good metric bike. Spider. Japanese. I just like a... I mean, I say I'd like a Harley, and I hate it. It's just one of those things that, like, my uncle had one when I was a kid. When I was like 6, it took me for a ride, and I've wanted one ever since. The reality is, I probably want a Honda, something that'll start every time.
I figured out what the problem is.
Yeah, Harleys they're too expensive. Why not get a Harley off a Copart and fix it up? I've thought about it. The reality is, what I don't need is another project. I already got a house in Montana that's the 4th oldest house in the state, and it's sliding down the hill, and it needs to get fixed because it was her dad's house, who was a master carpenter. And of course, what does a master carpenter do? Work on everyone's houses but your own. So it needs lots of love. The dog is 4 and thinks she's like 6 months.
And I figured out what her problem was. All of her ducks were on my desk.
Oh, no wonder she was losing her
She
mind.
was like, my ducks.
All her toys were up there. Oh, excuse me. 2.3 liter turbo 4-cylinder 10-speed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's really easy to do a DIY track saw, Rodney. You're right about that. Oh, the Bella Hound. She's a black Labrador. It's the Western style, not the European style Labrador. Those are the chunkier ones. She's built more like a pointer or something. She's a big girl too. She's 80 pounds and thinks she's a teacup Labrador.
Rick wants to know if we spend the whole summer in Montana.
We try to. The last 2 weeks we have to come back for school down here. Need to invite in-law over to help review some stuff. Ronnie, they do have a lot of videos on making saws. Andrew, how's it going? I'm trying to figure out why it's not showing the other super chats we got.
I think maybe it just shows the
top ones? Anyway.
The top ones, yeah.
Yeah. Red, what do you do for a living? I do this, and I do consulting, and I sell books on making moonshine, beer, and wine. And I've had a lot of careers. I've done a lot of things, but that's what I'm doing these days. And the consulting, it's business consulting. I was a chief operating officer for a tech company in Silicon Valley. So I know a little bit about running companies.
Mike wants to know if we're going to do videos while we're in Montana.
We are. I'm planning to take half my shop up there and set it up. Are the skeeters bad in Montana? Oh my gosh. They're not as bad as Minnesota.
Where we will be in Montana?
Livingston, of course.
Yeah.
The only place to be in Montana.
When are
The gate to Yellowstone.
That's right.
Where? Come on. What are you saying?
When are you doing the video for Moonshine?
I don't know. I got to put my still back together and stuff in it. Every time I try to cross and do some type of different topics and stuff, it throws off the YouTube algorithm, and then nobody can find me for 6 months. Yeah, I make beer. I'm a hop grower. I've made beer. I've done a lot of beer making in the past, and thing is, I don't drink a lot of beer because it gives me heartburn, which is why I'm a bourbon drinker. When I drink, which is not as much as it used to be. In fact, it's like none. I can't remember the last time I had a drink. Let's see. They're talking Harleys.
Yeah.
Do you make mead? I have made mead. I don't do it a lot, but I should for summer. Summer's coming up. I should do some mead. Is it legal there? No, it's not legal anywhere in the United States. Even if it's legal at the state level or the county level, federally, unless you have a tax stamp, it's not legal. Distilling, that is. Making mead and beer is legal. They equip mosquitoes in Minnesota with landing lights. How long does it take to make quality moonshine to make? It takes a long time. It takes about a week to ferment properly. Then it's going to take a whole day to run, if not 2 days. And then you've got to age it. And even if you do small batch aging, which is doing wood and whiskey rather than whiskey in wood, which is if you take whiskey and put it in a barrel, that's called putting the whiskey in wood. And if you do the other thing, which is where you take wood, like you buy white oak, you cut it into cubes, you char that, and you dump that into a barrel with whiskey, it's going to speed up the aging process because there's more surface area, and you can do it at a 5, almost 10 to 1 ratio. Even still, you're looking at 6 months before you can have something that I would consider palatable, because I'm just too old to drink raw rot gut anymore. Do any bear hunting? I don't. I won't. The only reason I would hunt a bear is if it'd gone. If it had was in self-defense, really. If it gotten into like a populated area and was going after people or becoming a threat. I'm not a big one into hunting predators unless they become a problem. I won't hunt anything I can't eat unless it's to manage its population or that animal. I find it amusing how some of my friends still in California still think that Yellowstone is primarily in Montana. It's not even in Montana at all, is it? Oh, there is part of it on the edge of Montana. Yeah. PJ Kentucky, good night. You have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I'm just making ethanol for my car. Paul Angeli with the super chat.
Yay!
Do you know what the wattage requirements are for a generator to provide power for an RV with 15K BTU air conditioner? Oh, if you'd asked me that last year, I could have answered it for you.
I was going to say, I feel like we looked this one up.
So we had what was it, 8,000? The Onan was an 8,000. That was for the entire.
Yeah.
I don't take me at like this is gospel, but I think 8,000 is where you want to be minimum. But I don't know if our air conditioner was 15,000. It might have only been 10,000. But we had 2 of them.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I got some notes somewhere because I did look into this. I got some notes somewhere. I'll look it up and I'll try and post it on the forum. Or you can always email me too. Red at red-beard.com. The only hunters are coyotes because they kill. Yeah, if you're a rancher and you're out there dinging coyotes, I have no problem with that. There was, oh man, in the Central Valley, the local gun store that I would go to, there was a guy who would go in there, a local rancher. He bought a $7,500 AR with night vision. He would just sit out there in a chair and just pink coyotes all night. No, it didn't have night vision. It had thermal. It had a FLIR based camera on it in front of the optics. It was, or behind that. It was bad. Man, the thing was so nice. I got to hold it once. It was so heavy though.
Good night, Joe. Good night, Bill. Not Joe Smith, the other Joe.
Oh, okay. Good night. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you, everyone who, I know we go kind of long on these and it gets kind of late, especially you East Coasters and stuff. Thank you so much for stopping by the den. We love having you. We always say it's all about the community, and that's what we really like doing about this. The tools are always fun, too, but... let's see here. I was disappointed to see a lack of 12-volt compact Bauer tools in a recent video. I don't think there's going to be any 12-volt power tools from Bauer. That's at least the word I was hearing so far. They may change their mind, but right now I don't think there's any plans for Bauer to do 12-volt tools. I don't think there's just enough of a market to carry 3 tiers of them, because they already have the Chicago Electric 12 volts.
Squirrel fishing pole?
Springfield 9mm XD. I used to have 4 or 5 of them. About a 140 Vulcan for $162. Nice. There was a pack of coyotes 30 yards from me 15 minutes ago. Oh, jeez. Greetings, Dr. Bear. I think it means Mr. Bear. Radio Mike TDY in Kansas City. How's it going? Right. Hey, no problem. And thank you for serving. Semper Fi. Thoughts on the DeWalt 60-volt grinder? Everyone I've talked to says that when it comes to serious grinders, DeWalt's where to go right now. That they've just got it locked down.
Good night, Michael.
There's nothing in here.
No, there's not.
Here's my problem with Springfield, and not talking politics. I love Springfield, and I used to carry XM. I was a huge fan of XM. XMs? Anyway, the Springfields. And I was teaching classes, and it was a cold day, and I was wearing gloves, and I almost never wear gloves. And I went to shoot, and... he was Air Force, sorry. And... I went to shoot and it didn't fire because in the webbing there was enough cushion from the glove that even as high and tight as I was able to get up on the gun, it wouldn't disengage the grip safety. And I've read old stories about the old Texas Rangers putting rubber bands on their grip safeties on their 1911s and stuff. And I won't carry CCW. I won't carry a firearm that has a grip safety. It's just too iffy.
Joe, thank you for posting the email address again.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Rodney, did you say the wife's out of town? Making a run up to Vegas?
Party at his house.
Just read it.
I'm taking it that my Civil War era infield musket is a bit obsolete.
Just a little. Tad. The fire rate on it's not so bad, but Acme Tools have great deals on the M12. Yeah, Acme has been... Man, they've been pushing a lot of advertising lately, haven't they?
Orange Man bad. He has a CCW in California. Anyone want his autograph?
I could beat that. I was a CCW instructor in California. I just threw away my California ID too. Just turning in for the first time. Watched Harbor Freight review and saw the live chat was going. KC area. Sorry, no valid questions at this time. Oh man, I've been to KC since I was a kid. We go to Worlds of Fun, and I remember getting lost in the bad section of Kansas City.
Of course you did.
Yes, of course I did.
Lost.
5-ton on dump bed. Okay.
What is the civilian version of the M14?
The M14, it's the, whatchamacallit? Isn't that the AR-10?
Isn't that what the next person said?
Did it? AR-10. There you go. I couldn't see it because it's in my microphone. It was blocking the bottom half of the live chat. Or the live chat. That's it. The M1A. That's the proper designation. I've always wanted an M1A, but they're just so heavy. Who is it? Somebody makes a piston-driven AR-10. It's starts with an A. Adam's Arms, something like that. Man, those things are nice, and the price isn't that bad. I'm sorry, I gotta set my phone on mute here. It's going nuts. I bet you it's Duncan texting me.
Bella, no.
Ask the Hodge twins. If you guys haven't watched them and you want to see something funny, those are some funny guys. They're not family friendly, in case you're wondering. Yes, it's him telling me. That's what it is. It's him telling his buddies that he's streaming and them texting back, and I get caught in this text loop.
It's because they love you.
Yeah. Armalite. Armalite is who made the AR, but I'm talking about current production. Come and take it. M14 is the finest battle rifle ever made. Oh, I would disagree on that. The FAL, the right arm of the free world. Ruger makes a 7.62 piston AR. Yeah, Ruger makes some good quality, not necessarily top tier kind of stuff, but just never dies kind of guns. Modern DIY projects in the house. How's it going?
Yes, Mike, our dog's name is Bella.
Yes. Man, it's dry in here. It's killing me. Moisten the gun. You mean the fire-breathing dragon from the USSR? Mm-hmm. Harbor Freight does sell powder coat powder.
What? Oh, yes.
Yes. There's some bullpups there. I'm a real fan of the Keltec stuff. I know a lot of people are hit or miss on it, but the Keltec bullpups are nice. I think they did have little powder coat ovens, actually. They're little tiny ones.
Yes. I remember that. Our dog's name is Bella.
Bella. Just changed the oil of 21-gallon Harbor Freight air compressor. Gotta wait till tomorrow to see if it makes it quieter. I would be interested to hear back on that. They don't sell the whole powder coat system anymore? Because I was planning to get one.
Good night, Toolhead 147.
Miss Bear shoots a 700 Nitro Express. Let me tell you about the time she shot my CCW gun. I told her she wasn't going to like it.
I didn't like it.
I didn't like it. The new Keltec Sub 2000 today. It's a nice little folding backpack truck gun thing. Hold on. Was it? Had a Ruger 1022. Got from a friend. Oh, Ruger 1022s, man. All day long. I think we've got like 3 of them. Maybe 4. Toolhead. Oh, man. Good night. Take care. Everyone check out his channel, by the way. He's got a lot of good reviews, a lot of Harbor Freight stuff in there. Bella, as in Bella Lugosi. Well, she is dark and, those flashing teeth at night.
Yes. Very scary.
Fun night using trace rounds. Are the dust collector systems at Harbor Freight any good? Yeah, in fact, you'll see a lot of guys on YouTube using them they're like the default go-to dust collecting system. And they're super easy to mod into a 2-stage.
Aww.
What's up?
He has a 1-year-old half black lab, half basset hound named Bella.
Oh.
She's a bird dog. Oh, too short to get out of the kiddie pool. Poor thing.
Do you think Bauer is a good drill? I'm thinking of getting one. Bauer is a great DIYer drill. I don't know if I'd carry one to the work site, but for your average person who's just doing projects around the house, it is better than average. Sounds like you have a 357. I used to have a 357. I want to get another one.
Bella, no. Stop it.
Steve says, hi, Mr. Bear, Mr. and Mrs. Bear. How you guys doing? We're doing good. Thanks for coming. Powder coat the Harbor Freight Yeti cup. I want to see that. Sounds like a fun project.
I love that cup.
Which one should I get for Bauer? What do you think about the impact? I like the impact. I was really surprised. I definitely like the triple light on it. I'm a huge fan of that. I think it's really hard to have too much light on the workpiece. Washington State CCW costs $55 and you apply. Nothing else is needed since it's an open carry state. Man, they're trying to change that. I know they've been changing a bunch of laws in Washington. All those people from California and New York trying to spread their disease. Sorry, I know you're from California.
So are all of your babies.
So are all my babies. And even the four-legged one.
Mm-hmm.
And the crested gecko is not from California. Sorry, that was the daughter chiming in. Didn't you just reach 25K subscribers? You were at 24 last week. Yeah, just the other day. I don't remember when. Hey, Bear, much appreciate your info. Always straightforward and mostly importantly simplified. We like to keep it, I like to keep it real world, We can get all scientific. I used to do a lot of electronics testing and that kind of stuff. And, I'm doing a little bit of something like that in my air compressor video, trying to show the power, but not too much. Do you mind?
She's like
crazy
having
dog?
a conniption over here. Okay.
Give it. Come here. Come on. Give it. It's mine. This is Mr. Duck Duck. This is the old one.
Yes.
Oh, that's nasty. He's from California. VCG. Okay, everyone. Everything we're saying about Vince and Nick, just take it all back. We didn't say any of that. Don't know what you're talking about. Who is this guy? I was like to say I'm his his manservant. Too many Cali people. I get that a lot. Too many Cali people are moving here and moving there. There's a lot of them though who are moving out to get away from that too. So, but yeah, don't let them spread their politics. I hate people who leave because they hate it, and then they leave California because they hate it, and then they try to bring their politics, what made California what it is, with them. Michael with the $25 super chat. Woo! Oh, that's loud. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I know people always keep telling me I need to make a bigger deal when we hit these milestones, but I'm so busy just getting out the next video that I often miss them.
But it is really awesome, and thank you for being part of that. You guys are all part of that, so thank you so much.
South Florida, place northern libs go to complain about the state they came from, and then yeah, there's a lot of that. But there was a question, somebody asked something back there. Oh, maybe I was just... Harbor Freight needs to step up automotive grade cordless tools. I thought the earthquake stuff was a pretty big step up. Well, am I wrong? What'd you eat, bud? Hi from Tucson. David's from Tucson. How's it going, man? VCG, love the content. Hey, I love the one you guys did. If you guys haven't checked it out, you got to check out VCG's channel. That's the very cool guys. I've been thinking about making my own VCB shirt. Very cool bears. And but you got to check out. He did a great one with the Ryobi, the high-end Ryobi brushless versus the Hercules the other day. And there was a lot of... You guys need a slippery bits shirt, man. That needs to be a thing. I got the slippery bits.
Difference between...
Do you watch AVE? Never mind, I'm sure you do. I used to watch AVE, but the language got to me. It's just not... It doesn't add anything to me. At some point, it just becomes like... It's like getting something where first you try something, you're like, oh, the spice in this is really good. And after like the fourth or fifth bite, you're like, there's too much spice. It just builds up and leaves a bad taste in your mouth. That's what his use of language is like to me. It's like, at first I thought he was just being expressive, and then I think he's just catering to people who are into that sort of thing.
Sal is asking the difference between the Icon. You have to scroll back up. The Icon and the Pittsburgh breaker bars.
I got called out for that. I said the only difference was that the Icon breaker bars for people who wanted to feel good about spending that much money on something. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to stand by it. There is no reason for the Icon breaker bar to be that much money. It's the same crap I give Snap-on for their stuff. It's too expensive, and there's not that big a difference. It's a little bit longer than the Pittsburgh Pro. It's got essentially the same grip. Yeah, it's got a beefier head and less likely to break. If only the Pittsburgh Pro had a lifetime warranty to go with it. Oh. Sorry, guys. You don't hit a home run every time. The Icon torque wrench, man, that thing is a beast. You got to get that. If you need a high-end torque wrench, you got to get that thing. The Icon toolboxes look fantabulous. The Icon breaker bar, someone dropped the ball on it. Sorry. Rodney asks if it's Jesse, or Jesse.
It's the first Jesse. It's Jesse with an E.
The Jesse James, because she's a shooter.
Yeah. Scroll up, though. There is
I like AV because he's something different. Yeah.
I'm using pipe thread sealant right now instead of thread lock. I can't find. Maybe that'll keep the bolts from my LED lights from getting shook off by my snowblower.
That'll be interesting.
Tack welding.
No, it's the please stay here and the no, I told you to sit. I got the 6x8 TSC trailer yesterday. I love that. We've got I think it's the 5x7 trailer. Do you think using the 99 Harbor Freight welder and a bad frame is strong enough for the 25? I think it is. The other thing I would recommend is I took my trailer, I went through it before I did anything else to it, and I scuffed the whole thing down with a light wire brush to get off, because the one thing they're not good about is paint. The paint can be really iffy on those trailers. I went through everything, scuffed the whole thing down. I went through and put a coat of just a thick coat of black paint on it, and then I did the Plastidip on the underside of the whole thing, and rocks just bounce off of it now. Icon price, honestly, like the torque wrench and that kind of stuff, I'd love to see a set of Icon screwdrivers. I'm waiting on those. I wish it wouldn't jump around so much when I try to scroll. It shows and will teach a lot of guys where these names actually come from. I think it's something that is really needed in YouTube. Too many guys are trying to sound like Mr. Engineer. Dude, especially your videos on your company history. Those vids are so important. Thank you. That all started because there's so many people, I feel, who keep saying like, oh, well, Harbor Freight shouldn't be making good tools. They should stay in their lane because they can't compete with the other real tool companies like DeWalt. And I'm like, DeWalt isn't a real tool company. It's a zombie company that Black & Decker made up. It's the exact same thing that Harbor Freight tried to do. I know because I was in the trades when all that went down. So I remember it happening. Take that bolt in place. Tib Rock is in the house. How's it going? Just living the life.
Several people are asking what was dinner tonight.
VCG's getting Filipino food. You bringing it by, Vince?
Ooh.
We want lumpia.
Yes.
Bring lumpia.
Keto lumpia.
Pizza and stromboli. Oh, I'd kill for some good East Coast stromboli. Yeah, I'm trying to scoot over, give you some more space there. I see you're getting pushed off the screen.
I am. No one wants to see me.
They're all here to see you. Remember, I'm the one with the face for radio. I love that line. Are we scrolled up? Are we up to date here? There we go. Okay. Lots of reviews on that already. It's good, but not very strong. Only 200 foot-pounds, I think. Okay. Does the $600 DeWalt bench planer ever go on sale? It does, but not by much. That is probably the king of bench planers. Now, I mean, you can get a better one, but you're going to be stepping up to, a serious shop planer at that point. Oh, scallops. Don't mention scallops.
No, I was just thinking that.
But yeah, if that $500 or $600 DeWalt bench planer, if you're serious, I mean, I know shops, production shops that use that as their go-to planer. It's the real deal. It's so far and above all these bench or lunchbox planers. Brian, I missed the bear. Don't worry, he'll be back tomorrow. At Lowe's, if you could pick up some air thread, I need some couplers. 1/4 inch, please. Have you ever gotten to use the worm drive? No, I have not. I did hear there's a Hercules worm drive coming out, though. DeBrock says you need to change the name of your yard sale to Bear Freight Driveway Sale. Remember, no overnight camping. That's great. I love that. Wait, hold on. My fancy family runs a Filipino restaurant that has the best lumpia. If you're ever out in Covina, I got you.
Covina, California.
Yeah, we're in Southern California about once a month, once every other month.
We'll be there in May.
I will check it out. If you can, email it to me or post over in the forums. Go to the forums in the recipe area and post a link. I would love to check it out. Crab legs. Oh, I love crab legs.
Selma, what was dinner in Australia?
She lived in Australia for 2 or 3 years. She's always dropping it. Like, that time I lived in Australia.
Whatever,
She's such a show off. I was born in Germany. It's not my fault.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, it's not my fault. I wish Harbor Freight put them in. I wish they would put them in the store. There's no way it's going to happen now with everything that's going on. Joe Smith, I just want to give a shout out to everyone being the cleanest place. Thank you, Joe. You're the best mods, man. We got the best mods. Maryland blue crabs. Oh, I love Maryland blue crabs. Sit down with a hammer and just spread them out and go to town.
Oh, DeBrock's in Covina.
Maybe we should do a SoCal meetup too.
Wollongong.
I want to do a meetup here in Vegas for everyone in the Southwest to do a Den of Tools meetup before we head up to Montana. So we're headed up there into May. So probably beginning of May, we'll do a meetup here. Orange Man, you'll send me an email. Please do. We always like to, find good restaurants, and we like to support people that we know. He was born in a 54 Nash. That sounds like a bad book I read one time. I was born in a 54 Nash. Crawfish. You and my son. He loves crawfish. Elle loves crawfish.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you know where Sydney is,
it's about an hour.
You were over on the other side, though.
I was, but I did spend some time in Sydney. All you can eat crab. What?
All you eat crab. What?
Did you hear how she heard us say crab? She goes, I like crab.
Steven says my best friend is now craving crab legs. So is my best friend. Husky, my go-to compressor. Husky does make some great compressors. If you saw my top 5 compressors, I think there was a Husky in there, wasn't there? Bear's email for info signed book. Yeah, thank you, Joe. Let me forget to get you one too.
Recommendations for buffets in Vegas.
All right, top tier. You want to go all out is Wicked Spoon. Now it's going to be, how much was it for you guys?
It's expensive. It's like, I don't know, maybe $50.
$50 per person. It's a 4-star buffet.
It's amazing. Like, bring your camera. You're going to want to photograph everything so you remember it. It's delicious.
I liked the buffet at Paris. The one at Rio is the long-standing, amazing one. Do not go to Caesars and pay for the seafood buffet. It's stupidly expensive, and it's not that much more than you get at any other buffet.
Yeah. Even if you like seafood.
And I'll be honest, by now, I actually hate buffets. She still loves them. I'm completely buffeted out. The buffet at Red Rock isn't bad. And you go on Tuesdays, it's super cheap. Wicked Spoon, what is on it? Anything you want. Wicked Spoon is at the Mandarin.
Yes.
I always think orange. It's an orange thing.
Yeah.
It's at the Mandarin. It's
If
so good.
If you Google it, there are tons of pictures and things, but it's like fresh pressed juice. There's like their desserts are like a amazing edible art form, and all of their food is really good. You can get everything from like bone marrow, any kind of meat that you're interested in, fruits, veggies. It's all there.
You just like the fresh squeezed.
I do.
Yeah.
But I'm crunchy like that.
Veranda Guy asks, do you have any recommendations for inexpensive table saw that would work? I'm always a big proponent of going to Craigslist and haunting like the old Craftsman table saws. Not the really, really old ones, but the ones that still have a decent fence to them. The Cobalt. If you can get the Cobalt job site saw on sale for $179, it's like 2 or 3 times a year. That's a screaming deal for a home DIYer kind of thing. I mean, I love the Hercules one, but $300, that's more than just your basic kind of saw. I guess you hard time saying it. Do you ever deal with the Homer Tools shows, Speedway, compressors? No, I know what they are. I don't ever work with them at all. Check out new Montana citizen Alex Steele's YouTube channel. Do you know Alec? Have you met him? Because I know exactly where his new shop is, because we know Bozeman like the back of our hand. So as soon as he moved there, I'm like, I know where that is. I know exactly where that is. I don't like his new buddy here, the American friend he's working with. He's a really nice, down to earth guy. Lowe's has a Cobalt 10-inch table saw with gravity stand for. Yep, that's the one I was talking about, Dibrock. When that goes on sale for $180 for a home user or DIYer, I mean, it's not a top tier great table saw, right? You're not going to do fine cabinetry with it, but for a do-it-yourselfer, it's a great saw. Sorry, it says, don't know if it's just me, but whenever you buy hand tools like ratchets, stuff at the department at Harbor Freight, they're made in Taiwan. Taiwan stuff is far better. The Taiwan stuff used to always be better. Now you can get stuff from China that is as good, but you'll never see the Taiwan stuff that's as bad as the low tier China stuff. Gas powered pressure wash. I would get the Harbor Freight, man. Anything with the Predator name on it has been bulletproof. Someone had Chinese buffet last weekend.
Okay, here's my question. Was the Chinese buffet in Vegas?
Was it crazy buffet?
Because it's crazy good.
Mike Adams has the Cobalt folding saw. He likes it so far. Leon says the only place I've been in Montana is Butte. Butte is nice. A beautiful city.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's that pierogi place there.
Yes. And there's usually a Groupon for it.
There is. Taiwan tools better. You build it, you destroy it. Would all the you can eat crab be a good deal? It's not by face. $60 for all you can eat crab. I don't know, man. That's a challenge. It's like they're challenging you, like they're going, I don't think you can do it. And like, oh, I'm gonna get my money's worth. I would hurt myself at some place like that. Blue Wrench on some of the names here are people who are moderators. They're the people who help me out or help us out with the channel. And if you get trolls and stuff, they smack down trolls super quick and help put in links and stuff, and basically act as kind of like me responding to stuff that I miss as well. They're great guys, and thank you so much for helping out.
And they also, help make the channel stay appropriate. We've got little bears and...
Be sure and check out Joe Smith's channels, by the way. He's recently started getting back into... I think he did videos before, but he's definitely putting out a bunch now. He's got some other good shooting style... basically, he's got the GUNSs. I don't want to get the algorithm smacked down there. Although we've been talking about Glock and SIG and everything else, so probably too late for that.
Those are just names of my other children.
Yeah. Oh, great. I feel like ordering Chinese food. You and me both. Hey, Rodney, don't worry. Just the usual stuff. Went to some pizza place there, Man vs. Food at. Which place was that?
We used to watch that all the time.
We did. The Bear Cavalry. Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Fuji Buffet. Why don't you review Ryobi? You've never had a I don't have any Ryobi tools right now, and I've just been Harbor Freight's been coming out with so much new stuff. They're really kind of that's where the news headlines are, is following them as they grow their thing. That's why I've been so focused on Harbor Freight. It's not that I don't like the other stuff. It's just, that stuff's been out and people have talked about all the other stuff. I don't like to do things that other people have already done. Don't ever apologize about talking guns. I make time for talking about guns.
You Build It, We Destroy It went there 4 years ago. It was an all the lobster you could eat for $29.99. I sat at the bar and ate 14. People were betting how many I could eat. Wow. I want to shake your hand after that.
Oh my gosh. There, I'm going to give you a
yes.
cowbell for that one. They raised the price next year to $50.
They're just trying to earn it back after you were there.
That's because guns are the truth. Well, freedom starts with somebody not having to worry about you taking away his freedom. And the ability to protect yourself and your family is the cornerstone of freedom. Boost Family Redbeard, how's it going? Funny enough, PNY is an American computer company. And would be a super... Rodney, don't worry about it, man. As I said, just at the basics is, giving us a thumbs up, sharing if you can. Yeah. If you could super chat, that's great. But trust me, we're there ourselves right now. We can barely, do it. So they must have paid him to stop eating lobster. That's the old skit. No more. You go now.
Yep.
It was a Saturday Night Live. He was eating too much. It says not all you can to eat, it's all you care to eat.
Yes.
Gonna hang doors this morning. Oh, yeah. Well, Menorca's doing some work. Hey, guys, be sure to check out his channel. In fact, I think most of the mods here have their own channels.
Yeah.
Always, it's a community here. And don't think just because a channel is smaller that it doesn't have some great content. Brad, where are you, Brad? Brad's Workbench, he's got some great ones too. There's a lot of great creators out there. That's the great thing about YouTube.
Which is also the other reason why we are so into, being willing to mention somebody, or, feel free in the forum section to say who you are so we can all check you out.
The place where Man vs. Food was filmed, the pizza place, was in Butte. I don't remember. I think that's also the pierogi place.
I think it might be right.
Buy the hit, the like is free, but at the same time. Do you watch Demo Ranch? Of course I watch Demo Ranch.
Yes, our kids.
You got to watch Demo Ranch. And we got one kid who wants to be a vet, so we watch Vet Ranch, and then she likes was Off the Ranch, and we watch all the ranchy stuff. All the ranches belong to us on the internet. God, Family, and Guns. I have watched some of their stuff, and I got away from it for a while. I'm really sorry that we don't watch it more. Maintenance Man, $4.99. Woo!
I see you with your uneven. I got my eyeballs on you, Mr. 99 cents.
I love it. Teasing the wife. Oh, always good times. Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. More cowbell. Met him at my local pawn shop. That's cool. Anyway, thank you. As I said, we don't expect the super chats. It's just, they're amazing. They always blow me away with the way you guys support the channel. It's, and we've also, the other thing people have done, so the whatchamacallit, the Hitachi that I tested, that was someone's personal drill that they bought, sent to me as soon as they bought it. I opened it before he did. He ordered it, had it sent to me, and then let me test it, and then I sent it back to him. That's a great way for you to help out the channel, and we get to try more tools and stuff.
Yeah.
I got somebody else send me some old Matco wrenches that he's just done with Matco, and their warranty support isn't up what it should be. So he's sending me those to work with and do some reviews on. So there's only so many tools I can get my paws on, and ask Vince if Vince is still here. It's expensive to get tools to review. Man, think about it. Especially getting the good tools, yeah. 150 plus batteries, and you got to compare it against something else. You're now talking doing $300, $400, $500 for a video. Oh, plus the wood, the bolts, everything else. Different.
I see you.
Thank you. I'll be taking that.
Vince did what? What did Vince do? They said Vince did something. Hey, Ribby, I just got the Braun rechargeable last night. $24. $24? Plus, at the lower high beam plus the flat. Wow, that's a steal. All right, I don't know what was going on there. Thanks, DaBEAR. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And also, I have to say, for those of you who are big guys like me and stuff and are trying to lose weight, we've got another channel. I don't talk about it much. I mentioned it when we first started, and it's Geek Health. And it's kind of turned into the Mrs. DaBEAR channel because she's the one who's better at posting on it because I've been so busy with tools and stuff. And so anyway, check it out. We've switched. We were doing calorie counting to start with, but we got stalled out and it was just too much. So now we've switched over and we're doing the keto thing. So be sure to check out Mrs. DaBEAR over there at Geek Health. I mentioned, wasn't DaBEAR the one that was commenting on Geek Health also? Or maybe he's the one who emailed me. Just emailed me straight up.
I know Tech
No,
Gorilla.
it was Tech Gorilla who's
Yep.
we saw over there. Orange Man Bad. Thank you so much. I want to give you a super chat just for the name. I love it. I see you, but I hear the bear. Well, we spend so much time together. It's like that thing where you just hang out so much when you start sounding like the other person. Is that a new one?
Yes. Oh my
Woo!
goodness.
I want to do it.
Oh, sorry.
Ella wants to do it.
Everyone, cover your ears. Okay.
She gets very serious about it. Yeah. Sorry, go.
Tech Gorilla, I did see your comments and I think it's awesome. I made the egg loaf tonight and I also made keto enchiladas and I took pictures.
All of it was delicious.
And Eleanor said all of it was delicious.
DaBEAR says, I want VCG Construction Menorca and the bear to come out to... I'm game. Come out to Southern Cal and install... That would make for a great video series, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I would love to do that.
I don't know who we need to talk to.
Sorry, somebody asked real quick about the inverters. I don't have personal experience with it, but we got a lot of guys on here who swore by them. They used to be pretty crappy, but they came out with a new version. And we have one guy who lives something van life. It's I forgot his name. It's Ska Punk Oil.
Oi, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he's a van dweller and he swears by him.
Ska Punk Oi Alternative Living?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Do you like BattleBots? I've seen BattleBots in person. I was actually at the Maker Faire. I was a speaker at Maker Faire, and they're fun like the first couple times you see them, but after that, it's I don't know. They because of their rules, they got very gimmicky in the BattleBots. So I got a little turned off by them. We got to set that up. Yes, we do.
Andrew.
Here you go. What do you use for tortillas and the enchiladas?
Yes.
Those were so good. By the way.
Good. I'm glad. So I made the tortillas out of eggs with some cream and then seasoning, and you mix it up and you basically use like a small enough pan that you just put a thin layer of the eggs in there, kind of like how you would make crepes, except it's savory. And then you set that to the side and then fill it with the enchilada filling, just like you would with regular enchiladas. It was really good.
You build it. We destroy it. Says, I'm not sure keto is. Not sure what keto is. I'm a carnivore. Vegetarian is food for creatures. No, vegetarian is the ancient Indian word for bad hunter. She's from Berkeley, so All our friends are vegan, vegetarian, lactose intolerant. Anyway, Orange Man batters. Do I have an interest in 3D printing? Obviously, didn't see the video today. I've built 3D printers. As I said, I was a speaker at Maker Faire. I've built 3D printers, CNC machines. I have a 3D printer that it needs to get rebuilt because it's been in storage. It's covered in dust. I'm gonna tear it apart, and there's a new head for it, a new all steel head, so you can print in carbon fiber. I want to get that.
I agree with Greystone Husky llama time. It's always llama time.
It's always llama time.
And good night.
Good night, Brian. Thanks for swinging
Brian
by.
and to Orange Man.
And Orange Man Bad. You guys have a great night. Thanks again,
Yes.
everyone who supports the channel.
Thank you.
Remember, check out all the other channels. Joe's
Yes.
channel, Menorca Home Solutions, the VCG. Definitely check out VCG. They got some great content over there. He's not here tonight, but Brad's workbench. Brad's workbench. I think it's Brad's workbench. You gotta check that out. Also, I have unlocked all my subscriptions. So if you go and look at my profile, you should be able to see everyone that I've subscribed to. Consider metal 3D printing. Sintering, yeah. Sintering at home is not easy. It's expensive. I got a friend who actually works for a industrial sintering company. He's a high-level programmer. He used to work with us doing 3D stuff over in the video game sector.
Geek health, not geek help.
Geek health.
I think somebody was asking about the channel. I think that's what they were asking.
Yes.
So it's Geek Health.
Yes, we were all PewDiePie and T-Series in this house.
John, congratulations for losing
VCG,
15
good night.
pounds. Good
Oh,
night.
sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay.
Dad, we're all PewDiePies, right?
Look at, yeah, we're all on Team PewDiePie. Rodney's meet in the middle in Branson. I'd love to go to Branson, man. For those of you who don't know, Branson is this little, no offense, but used to be this little podunk town in Missouri, and somehow became like this country western mecca, and they have all these giant theaters and stuff there, and now it's a just incredible tourist kind of place. I've never been. I've heard stories. I would love to go. Hey VCG, thanks for stopping by, man. You guys do some great content. Keep it up. Looking forward to see next one. I still want to see the Herc versus the DeWalt and the Milwaukee. That's the same tier, like the same price range and everything else. You guys got to do that. I have the DeWalt, but I don't have the Milwaukee. Why do you have a llama on your head?
I'm weird.
Tech Gorilla, definitely contact Gary P. He is looking for your contact info.
Let's see here.
Tuna Fish wants to know about the meet and greet.
The one here or the one in Branson?
I'm excited about the one in Branson.
Night, Vince or Nick, or I'm not sure which one it is there, but anyway,
Good night.
VCG, good night. They're some fun guys. I love their channel. Wife just got back from the movies with her best friend.
Where are you?
I want to go to the movies.
We haven't been to the movies in a long time, have we?
What movie do you want to see, Elle?
I want to see the new movie Prodigy. The one with the scary boy.
That does look interesting, doesn't it?
It's like the anticipation.
And I know nothing about
anticipation. Movies. Yeah. She just likes to go for the popcorn, not popcorn, for the snacks. But we don't do that anymore, so there's no point in going to the movies.
Oh my goodness. Mom's 70th surprise party today.
Oh, wow. That's great. Happy birthday to Mom.
Birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm looking to get into getting that 125 flex core welder from Harbor Freight. Have you had any experience with it? We just had a conversation about that I remember I think it was on the forum or something. We were talking about it. That is, for the money, an amazing welder. It's not pretty. You're going to get spatter and whatnot, but it will stick metal together. You're not going to do stainless with it. You're not going to do aluminum. you're not going to do thin sheet metal. You're not going to do auto body stuff because the heat control on it's so bad you just burn right through it. But the Evil Superman, that is spooky. We're talking about the movie that we're talking about, but the The 125 for learning, getting started with welding. Between that and just a stick welder are your two best options. Could meet at Lambert's in Springfield, Missouri. That's a bit of a drive for us. Besides, it's Vegas. Flights here are cheap. And as you know, talking to Vince, he's like, "What's the reason to come to Vegas?" I'm like, "Vegas is the reason, right?"
Yeah, like
it's Vegas.
You got a bunch of like the Strip, and we got all our sites, and it's amazing. Like it's Vegas.
And besides that, we've got Zion National Park, just 2 hours north of here. There's the Grand Canyon. There's the Monument Monument Valley.
We have Red Rock. Red Rock.
Death Valley.
Death Valley is like it gets extremely hot.
There's tons of stuff to see around here. Parking lot sale video. That was it. Just got the Harbor Freight 4-drawer test.
I like Zion too. I think I've only been there like once, have I?
We just went there that one time with you. Rodney's like, Branson started out mainly country, but it's diverse now. Really? They have both. Rodney, they have both kinds, both country and western? Sorry, old Blues Brothers joke there.
I think I'd sneak in bacon. I've never sneaked in like bacon or jerky, but I think I'd probably sneak in bacon. Be like, hey guys, I'm making a bacon barbecue. Want to come? It's at the movies.
Andrew says he loves Vegas. Zion is his favorite park. Zion is just gorgeous.
Beautiful.
You got to just if you're going to Zion, just outside Zion to the southeast of Zion is Pink Coral Sands. I think it's called Pink Coral Sands.
Oh yeah.
National or State Park. It's a state park, not a national park. Imagine like giant desert sand dunes, but they're pink.
It's
like coral
beautiful.
Sands. It's insane. Oh, and Hoover Dam.
Yes.
How did I forget Hoover Dam?
We're going to Hoover Dam with
we are?
school, not you.
My school.
I don't get it, go.
Yeah, no. It's not the school now.
Yes, I think both the Herc and the Bauer lines will come out with brushless. I think probably end of this year you'll start seeing them. They wanted to get out the base level stuff first. You know, you got to start at the bottom, work your way up.
Yeah.
I used to have a Rebel when there were a bunch. Lincoln Welders, but I think I'm going to pick up a Vulcan to try it out. I don't know anybody who's gotten a Vulcan and been disappointed with it.
That's also another reason.
Falcon, good night. Thanks for stopping
night.
by.
It's also another reason to come to Las Vegas, the Golden Knights.
The Golden Knights. I am trying to get my hands on the titanium stuff, man. I really want. Y'all got the Golden Knights too. It's just. How do you quote in chat? I don't know. If you type in @ and then the channel, the person's name, it'll come up as a pop-up, and then you can, and it'll highlight for them. But as far as quoting somebody, I don't know if there's a way to auto quote someone. Zion is ran by Morpheus.
Bryce Canyon is beautiful.
Yep, you got to make it to Vegas here. Kind of like pink sand in Bermuda. Oh, I'd love to see that. In Colorado City, Arizona. Yes, it does. Joe Smith takes Joe Smith's crew to Silver Dollar City to ride coasters at Branson each summer. Oh, that sounds like fun. I used to ride a lot of coasters, man.
I'll hold the snacks. I don't ride coasters.
How would you prepare a skirt steak? Oh, man. I've tried to make good skirt steak, and there are people who can do it. I can never get a skirt steak right.
The thin one?
Yeah.
Okay. I do not cook steak, so I'm going to say that first. But if it was me, I would cook it a little bit or put a bunch of stuff in it and then cook it.
Probably sear it and then put it in the Instapot. Yeah, the thing with skirt steak is it's no offense. I mean, I love it, but it's an inexpensive cut, which means it's tougher. So you have to cook it slower and marinate it to get it to break down the ligaments in it to make it palatable. And my problem is I never do it right. It always comes out like rubber.
I would do it like carne asada, where you put a bunch of lime on it so it breaks down the protein.
Yeah.
Here's your answer, Steve. I actually am very clumsy.
She is very clumsy.
I don't think she's very clumsy. I think she has her moments, but
I think that she is.
Have you seen me fall down the stairs?
Constantly testing gravity and making sure that it's still there. Just like me.
Skirt steak is used for carne asada, and I love carne asada.
Yeah.
Tallest, fastest, longest spinning coaster in the world.
And I will be on the ground observing.
Yeah, you had me right up to spinning. I don't think I need to be on something that's zooming and falling and looping and spinning.
I want to go on a roller coaster. I've never been on one, except one that's
You
really,
have
really
to.
slow.
Been on a ton of
It
roller
was like
coasters.
really slow though. They were always.
You're really
Someone's
small.
fishing for a roller coaster trip. That's what I'm hearing.
I really want to go to Disneyland and go on big wigs. Once.
We
You know,
went
I
to
know we
Disneyland, and we went on all the roller coasters in Disneyland.
No, we didn't. We went on one.
Bedman 1778.
Yes.
I think
We-
that sounds delicious. Tacos. Also, Menorca. I love fajitas.
Disneyland doesn't have that many roller coasters, to be honest. They're all kind of built into the ride and stuff.
Yeah. We went on the boat ride. I remember that one. That was probably my favorite ride.
Oh, cool.
From
Thank
Hershey
you
Park.
for the lime, papaya, pineapple, kiwi, guava, figs, or ginger are all good chemical tenderizers. Thank you.
What about chocolate? Is chocolate a good one? I think we'll try chocolate.
Yes, I do want to go to Six Flags. Thank you for mentioning, Dad. Can I go to Six Flags?
We'll talk about it.
Yay!
DR Falcon, good night.
Good night.
Take care.
Good night.
My favorite amusement park?
I know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
You're going to say the one in Ohio.
That's right. I am going to say the one in Ohio. Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. The home of the coaster.
Okay, Matt, is the keto fathead pizza the one you make with chicken?
Oh.
Don't you?
A lot of the stuff that she has tried has been fabulous. She's made some things that I cannot believe how good they are. She made a pizza with the crust made out of chicken.
The crust.
The crust was chicken. Chicken.
It was delicious. It was okay. Everyone
It was
but
chicken.
but you liked it.
As soon as you bite into it, it reconstituted itself into chicken. It was chicken.
Yes,
Keto
it does.
pizza rocks.
It
No,
really
no,
does.
it tastes like rocks.
It does.
Yes, keto pizza does rock.
It does
Tech
rock.
Gorilla.
That's just making
We're-
a cheesy
yeah.
joke.
He works with tools. Sometimes he hits his head. It happens.
You throw things at my head.
Oh,
Same
that's
Almond
great.
flour, cream cheese, and egg. There we
Same
go.
thing.
He's been
Okay,
to-
Shadow's Edge says, I'm upset that I can't get Cadbury chocolate cream eggs anymore.
Oh, those are good.
They are. What do you mean you can't get them anymore? I could have sworn I saw them in the store, like, recently.
Maybe he's on a diet. I don't know. What was that thing you made, that loaf thing that you then cut into slices and fried like?
Yes. So there's a keto egg loaf, which is made with, like, cream cheese,
I
eggs.
didn't trust it at first either.
vanilla, what else? A little bit of sweetener, and you bake it like a loaf of bread, and it's got an eggy consistency, and then you fry it in a little bit of butter, and it's just like French toast. And it's delicious and really good.
Tastes like rocks. My wife makes a pizza with mozzarella and almond flour. Oh, mozzarella.
Yes.
That's the one thing about keto. Because it's also high in fat, I'm getting to eat a lot of foods that I have. Sorry. Need a nap. Getting to eat a lot of foods I haven't eaten in a while, but I never realized how many carbs I was eating throughout the day because
Yes.
I'm just like everything I think about eating, like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm gonna have. Oh, I can't have that. Have faith, Grumpy Bear. Thank you, Tech Gorilla, and I know I'm working it. The keto English muffin in a mug is awful. That sounds horrible. The Cyclone at Palisades Park.
Oh, wow.
Cauliflower. We've had the cauliflower crust pizza. She didn't make it. We bought it frozen. It was really good. I really liked it.
I'm really concerned for a friend here who is not able to have Cadbury eggs. I'm not eating them, but where
You're
do you
concerned
live in
for
the
her.
world that you cannot get them? Because I'm very concerned. I can't think of his name right now. If you scroll up, I can
What's
see
a
it.
good budget battery powered impact? You're talking about an impact driver or impact wrench? Impact driver is actually I'd say both of them. It's the Bauer. Somebody asked about an inexpensive impact wrench. Bauer has a 1/2 inch, and they're coming out with a 3/8. Maybe you can't get those till Easter.
Oh, well, they're definitely out here, so.
Yeah, I'm sure if you go on eBay, you can find them. Is he not in the States?
No, and he says he's in Casper, Wyoming.
Oh. Well, he's in Wyoming. It's probably illegal there.
Andrew says the thing about Cadbury eggs is that they make them smaller and smaller each year, and this year they're so small you can't see them anymore. Oh, my goodness.
I'm in a weird area that's hard to find cocoa powder. That's bizarre.
Where did you see that?
Aberkin.
Oh.
Wait, what? Cocoa powder means hot cocoa.
Okay, where
Casper.
are you?
I love Casper, Wyoming. We've driven through Wyoming a few times.
Yes.
I always love it. Well, you know, people forget. People who know Eastern Wyoming tend to forget, and I do too, that it also has Yellowstone, which we love. We every year either on the way up or on the way down, we spend time in Yellowstone.
Daytona, Florida.
I can't believe.
Menorca says an M18 mid-Taurus for 125 with a clearance stick. Okay. This is oddly satisfying fun. It sends me back to the BBS days. I used to run a bulletin board back off of, what was I running on? I think it was a 486 I built. And we had 4 modems running into it.
Good night,
We were very highfalutin back in the day.
Good night.
Good night, Steven.
Good night, Steven. It was good to see you. Did you ever any of the door games? Red Dragon or any of that stuff? Spinning roller coaster called Time Machine. I think just watching a video might make me yak.
Yellowstone, the Tetons, Devil's Tower.
Oh, yeah.
We went to the Tetons.
The
before. It was
Tetons.
so pretty.
Devil's Tower. That's the other side of the state, but yeah.
Oh, you're gonna make me
Yeah, Yellowstone needs to be on everyone's bucket list. It is just, it's just so gorgeous. There's just no words for it. We stopped. Duncan and I stopped to that waterfall. They call it the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, and it is just amazing. It's not nearly as big as the Grand Canyon, but it's just so beautiful. SXDX 486.
The one below that.
I know. By the way, this is the wife that went to the movies. The husband did get popcorn out of the deal.
I'm glad to see that the wife is on too.
Hey, Mark, how's it going? And calling him out. He's like, you got popcorn. Don't even complain. Oh, is that the half inch impact? I have on a service trick, use it all the time. DX was better. Well, yeah, of course, because you had the math coprocessor on the DX. I remember having to I got the SX and had to get the DX chip and install it myself.
Oh, he has you on the TV.
Who? What? Where? Cameras? That's how we like to watch. We watch most of our YouTube stuff on the television, sitting on the couch. He has you up on the TV. Living in the East Coast, I've always wanted to go see the giant redwoods. Oh, the giant redwoods
Oh my gosh, they're beautiful.
They're mind-boggling. Yeah, we went to, was it Redwood National Forest? Saw the General, Old General? What's it called?
Yes, but I think it's not there anymore.
It is still there.
Which one's the one that went down?
That was a different one. What do you want, dog?
She's just
Sorry,
excited.
The
okay.
4-footed one's down.
You...
She's gonna knock that all over.
Okay.
And it's a good excuse to steal your soda.
Okay.
Hey, Dinner Tools, do you have merch? We do through Teespring, but I hate them. And then of course we sell the. I need to come out with some more stuff. I do.
Okay.
Bear, can you hawk your forum site real quick? I'm gonna head over. It's denoftools.com, and then you just on the upper right hand there's because that's the blog site, and then the upper right hand corner you click on it, it takes you over to the forum. Yellowstone is great when tourists start messing with the tourists. We get the stories because we're up in Montana during the summer. We get the stories all the time. Some woman gets gored by an elk because she tried to pet it. Some guy tried to take a picture from 5 feet away from a what do you call it, a bison, and gets gored. You think? I'm going to gore you in a minute.
Bella, no. You need to calm down.
Whoa. Yeah, that was you, wasn't it? Come on. Come on, say hi. Say hi to everyone. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. See, no, they're over here. They're over there.
She's like, why would
Oh
I
my
use
gosh.
the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, back up.
What's great is when the 80-pound Labrador, you're sitting on the couch to decide she wants to be in the lap, and she's just like, hop. Like bunny hops up into my lap.
She thinks she's a teacup Labrador dog.
Yeah. Would it be better to use my Hercules drill driver as my primary driver or a Bauer impact driver? Trying to decide or impact driver as my second. What do you do? That's the real question. Is when you're asking which one to be your primary. The question I have to ask is, what are you doing with the tool? If it's like for DIY stuff, use the Bauer. If it's for work stuff, use the Hercules. If you're doing like hardcore every day, like working on road construction or something, get a high-end Milwaukee. Zaffiel with the link. Very nice. Thank you, sir. 8-pound lapdog. She is, isn't he? Boy, and she's so spoiled. Anytime I leave the house, anytime I started doing this thing where just to get her out of the house, if I went on short errands, like I was running to Harbor Freight or something, I would let her tag along. Or if I was taking the kids to school, I'd let her tag along. Now she thinks that anytime I touch my keys that it's Labrador in the truck time. And she gets petulant if she doesn't get a go. Yeah. I mean, she gets terse with me. Sorry, I gotta. This chair's eating me. I gotta sit up. I'm gonna slide under the table.
Do you think Bauer will come out with a worm drive?
I don't know. I know Hercules is coming out with one, and they have a Chicago Electric one out right now. Girl Scout cookies. Don't. We don't. I'm on a diet, man. Don't talk about Girl Scout cookies. That's just mean.
You build it, we destroy it.
Oh my God. Used VHS tapes for backups. Back in the day, I built a mod. I did one of those DIY things to use a VHS tape as a backup for my PC for the bulletin board. Because the first one we built crashed and died and we lost everything and had to rebuild.
Somebody talked about
Girl Scout cookies are life.
Nice. Somebody talked about having chicken pox and soaking in the Yellowstone. Hopefully it was the hot springs and not the cold water.
Was it the hot pots? We love the hot pots, man. If you ever get up there, if you're coming from Yellowstone up into Montana, going north, going through the northern gate, right before you get to the northern gate, and you're at is it the 48th parallel?
Yeah.
There's a sign marker for the 48th parallel. Right there's a turnout. And if you go to that turnout and get out, there's a trail that leads down to where the Boiling River runs into, it's not the Yellowstone there, it's the, what's that town? Starts with the G. Gallatin. It's the Gallatin River. So the Boiling River is literally boiling. Do not get in the Boiling River. You will die.
We'll see you in the news.
All right. But it goes into the Gallatin, and people have dug out and built these little stone thing down in the river. These little stone hot pots. They're like natural hot tubs, and it is, oh man, it's so fabulous to sit there in that setting and just be in 100 perfect. And you adjust the rocks to adjust how much water comes in, so you can adjust the temperature that way. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I was reminiscing there. She took me there for the first time, and it was amazing. And if you're there in the spring, don't get too far into the Gallatin either. It's moving a little fast, and it's so cold it'll take your breath away.
Scroll up a little bit.
My dog has a bad habit of taking a number 2 in the truck bed.
On the plus side, it gets rid of tailgaters instantly.
What are your top 3 worst Chicago Electric hand-powered tools? Well, the what do you call it? Not the screwdriver. The drywall gun. The drywall gun is the number 1 worst one. What's the other one? I was just thinking about it today. There's so many of the Chicago Electric stuff that's just kind of iffy. The Nibbler. The Nibbler does not have enough guts for it. And the what's the other one I was thinking about? The corded the corded drill. I'm not a fan of the corded handheld drill. So as a native California, I wish redwood trees grew in Missouri. Boy, as someone who's not native to California, the first time I went to California and saw redwoods, I was like, oh, there's where they got the idea for Ewoks.
Daughter of Ra, when I could eat Girl Scout cookies, Thin Mints were my favorite.
Oh, I can make myself sick eating Thin Mints. Frozen Thin Mints?
Yep. Crack. In a box.
Can't wait to buy add-ins for the toolbox. The sheet metal shears are horrible. Yeah. I was going to say that too, but I just said the nibblers. It felt like a double dip.
Good night, Michael.
Good night. Have a good one. You're now my new favorite people. Thank you. We love having you here.
Daughter of Ra. I'm glad you're home from the movies.
California has redwoods. The Deep South has live oaks. And don't forget willows. Those giant willows.
Oh my goodness. Willows.
I love those.
Willows. Weeping willows.
Sorry, I'm just going back to see if there's anything else I missed in my rant.
The linear bearings or linear rails.
Oh, that's a huge discussion, man. So I've built CNC machines, and linear rails or self-enclosed linear bearings versus I've always been. I liked rails using Delron wheels on them. That's what I've always used. The bearings are just overcomplicated. I like this. I'm a big one for simplifying, and I've been in business so long, and that's where I learned this. Because when I first got started, it's really weird. So I did construction for the longest time until I taught myself computers, and I was doing construction, and then somebody said, "Hey, this company's hiring. They need computer people." And I'm like, I'm not a computer person. They're like, well, just interview. And so I interviewed, and they offered me like twice what I was making in construction. And I went, okay, I guess I'm a computer person. And anyway, and I got over that. And then I got into management, and I thought I was going to bring all the stuff I knew and try to make these really cool, systems and networks and all this stuff. And I realized that maintaining that stuff is just impossible. And so I realized I've gone completely in the inverse and tried to simplify everything I can. What?
I love you.
Give me that look.
Scroll up. We're missing.
We're missing everything. I know.
Yeah.
Someone has Girl Scouts. Did I hear someone's bringing me Girl Scout cookies right now? Because that would be awesome.
Daughter of Ra says she needs Girl Scout cookies, and I believe he was outing her that they were from last year. So, but if they're in the freezer, they're fine.
Leon points that we have 81 likes.
I think actually what he says is that I have 81 likes.
Fine, but it's still an odd number.
Oh my goodness.
For those of you who don't know, when you see it on the super chats why there's odd numbers, this started a long time ago. She has a little bit of OCD. It drives her bonkers when people donate not like $2 or $5 or whatever. It was when they do like what do you do, like $1.78 or something. Yep. Somebody once did like $54.23 just to tick her off. The old orange plastic SDS hammer drill had run out so bad you could use a 1/2-inch drill bit in it. I used to love willow trees, man. She has Girl Scout cookies from where did I see that?
From last year.
From last year.
That's what I'm saying. He's calling her out. Rodney likes the peanut butter cookies. I think I like the Samoa. That's the one with coconuts, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever that is, I keep reading that as Papusa.
Prusa, it's a 3D printer. He's Ender 3 has his Delrun wheels on a tri-config. My Prusa has linear bearings on rails. Got all new ones in today. I had a C10, and it's I got rid of it. I couldn't, the bed on it just could never get straight on it. I get so frustrated with it. And when I got it, it didn't work. I had to rebuild it. And anyway, how many tattoos do each of you have? I have more tattoos. She has bigger ones.
No, we have the same number of tattoos.
Oh, we have the same number? I've got 2 on my legs, 2 on my arms, and
so
2 on my shoulders.
One more.
I have one more.
Okay. But he's right.
You should show him your tattoos.
Not tonight.
Not tonight?
Not tonight. I have 5. He has 6. But he is right. Mine are bigger than his.
She's got a whole back piece. Okay, it's not a whole back piece. It's almost a whole back piece.
Yeah.
And here's the funny part. I don't like women with tattoos.
Yeah.
I don't. And so I married the woman who has more tattoos than most women I know.
And more tattoos than you had.
Then yeah, you did. You did have more tattoos. My tattoos were better. They didn't look like a chicken.
That's okay. You're delusional.
She. By the way, just so you know, she is gonna stab me later for that comment. Frozen Andes mints.
Those are really good.
When's the Hilty video? You mean the reasons why Hilty sucks? Are you gonna do a why Makita sucks video? I love the series. I tell you what though, man, it's just all the fanboys. I thought it'd be fun just to pull their tails and tick them off, but I'm not that negative kind of a person, and just dealing with their trash talk is just a burden, man. There's been ones I've been wanting to do. Probably gonna do a snap-on one because it's just low-hanging fruit. Makita, it's hard to do it why Makita sucks. It would basically be like, first reason why Makita sucks, they don't have a long enough warranty. Next reason, I'm gonna go out for tacos. You guys want any? That's gonna be the Makita video.
So stop. So Budman 1778. I'm so glad you got your Thin Mints out of the freezer. Daughter of Ra, don't worry about the fact that they were expired from a while ago because it's just a suggestion, and as long as they're delicious, who cares?
She's big on that whole expiration dates aren't real.
Yes, we can have a whole discussion about that on another day, but it's just a tiny suggestion, and I hope you find more Girl Scout cookies.
Do they have real Girl Scouts in them?
No. David Graham wants to know, have you done any surface mount soldering? If so, you should do a video on it.
I've done a lot of surface mount soldering, and it all sucks. And I should get a good friend of mine who is one of the smartest guys I know and has like half a dozen patents to his name. He's the guy I go to when I have questions about chips and stuff. His patents are in chip design. I should get him to do a video. I should. I'm going to call him next week.
We'll put that on that.
And I'm going to get him to do a video on surface mount soldering. Because he used to be in like hardcore manufacturing, design, processing kind of stuff.
I'm making a note now.
Thank you. So let me catch up here. How does anyone give this chat a thumbs down? Ridiculous. You know what it is? It's all the fanboys that I ticked off in those videos. They subscribe just so they can thumbs down the videos. And also, look at the thumbs down ratio between the DeWalt sucks video versus the Milwaukee sucks. The DeWalt sucks video has way more views, but the Milwaukee sucks, you can tell the fanboys are much more rabid on the red side. Don't do Snap-on or they will sue you. Bring it on. I've gone to I'm not a lawyer, but I played one at work. I've gone up against the likes of both Facebook and Google and had them go packing.
I like the Matt's comment about the picture of the Snap-on truck in front of the Harbor Freight. Although, I'm sorry, DeBrock said something before that.
How long have we been married? Forever.
And 2 weeks.
It's been like 10 years or so. I don't know.
1.5 million years.
Taco sounds good. Carson's Exploring Channel. A lot of people like... the Harbor Freight socket. I need to do a video of... These are all the things that everyone agrees is awesome at Harbor Freight. I don't know how to come up with a name, a concise name for that, but we need to do that so people can just be like, okay, that's a go-to item. I can get that. There's just, and like the impact sockets, nobody complains about the impact sockets. Even the most diehard Harbor Freight haters are like, yeah, maybe I own some impact sockets. Found a jar of pickles in my building. I hate pickles, man. Pickles are the Antichrist. They're zombie cucumbers that have been They live past their prime.
Sorry. They're delicious, and he's confused. Again, head injuries.
How did we meet each other? Was it love at first sight? I had tickets. I was living in San Francisco, and I had tickets to go to the gun show. And my buddy, who was supposed to go with me, I was going to say a different word, but wussed out at the last minute. Well, not the last minute, but like 3 or 4 days before it. I'm not going to be able to go because I wear a skirt. And anyway. So anyway, I kid. I love him. He's a good friend. He lives down in Florida these days, and he's actually from Georgia. And so anyway, so I posted on Craigslist in the Strictly Platonic, saying, hey, if there's anybody here who never been to a gun show and wants to go, and I'm a reasonably sane person, and I got a bunch of crazy people responding, and she responded and seemed the least crazy of all of them, and had said that she wanted to go, and that yes, she's from Berkeley, but she used to live with her dad in Montana, and he taught her to shoot, and she'd like to see what it was like. So we actually met and had breakfast first.
Hey, Tech Gorilla. I see you with your 333.
I have an OCD wife. Here, you got to ring the bell on that one.
Yay! Woo!
Thank you so much. So anyway, she responded, and we went to breakfast, and we were sitting there at breakfast, and I really wanted to get the waffles, but I also wanted to get the Eggs Benedict. And she sits there and goes, I really want the Eggs Benedict, but I kind of want the waffles. I'm like, I'm thinking the same thing. She goes, do you think we should split it? And that was the first moment where I was like, I really like this gal. And we just hit it off. It was great. We got to the gun show, and she walked in. Your eyes adjust for that first moment when you're bright outside. And first thing she sees is the whole bench full of all camo gear and bags and stuff. And she goes, ooh, camo, and goes running off. I'm like, oh, I do like her. Drew, he couldn't compete with my amazing reviews. Well, I'm scrolling the wrong thing here. I'm scrolling the whole window. Brad's Workbench. We were talking about you before.
Yeah, he wasn't here, but here's the title: Harbor Freight Fan Faves.
That's a great title. That's a great title. I'm gonna steal that. Barry, you need to get back to tool reviews. Did you run out of material? Are you joking? All I've been doing is reviews, hasn't it? My garage is so packed with stuff.
Girl Scout cookies.
Oh. I picked up a set of those impact sockets. Yeah, what I can't compete with is finding a dang pallet to make something out of for your pallet challenge. How about top 10 tools as recommended by the Den of Tools? Message. Did she have 2 pairs of glasses at the gun show?
No, but he did hate my hair.
Oh, it was so horrible. The hair was awful. It was not. Tell him what it was. It was horrible.
It was cute.
It was like the pickles of hair. If you consider pickles zombie cucumbers, what are your thoughts on raisin? Well, they're just dead grapes. I don't have a problem with dead grapes. I knew my ears were ringing. I'm working nights, so I'm popping in and out. We gave you a shout out earlier because usually you pop in, so we thought maybe you had gone to bed early or something.
Let's try that in English. Food, fastest way to a man's heart. Only thing faster is a knife through the chest. That's right.
Or a 357. And I've actually taught her to shoot. Well, she already knew how to shoot, but we went to, on one of our day kind of dates when took the kids to school here. We went to Battlefield Vegas. That was fun. Pallet headboard. Everyone does the pallet headboard. I got a 72-inch toolbox for $500. Is that a good deal? That seems like a pretty good deal to me. Look close. That's 2 pairs of glasses and contacts. It's funny is I'm the one that really needs to be wearing glasses. I'm not admitting to the old man eyes, but okay, the screen. I'm about 2 feet away from the screen right now. It's fine, but if I get any like right here, it's blurry. Oh, I hate it.
Daughter of Ra, the gun girl.
Hold on. Somebody said, Rodney met his wife online as well. 16 years on the 24th. Congratulations. That's amazing. That's awesome. Twin bed. I have more guns than my guy, and he hasn't shot any of mine. That's awesome.
Oh, a lot of people have met their wife online.
Yeah, you know, I have a touch of being a workaholic, so if I didn't meet online, it's not like I would meet somebody else, someplace else, because you don't date people at work. So
Ridge Runner 57K.
That's insane.
It's awesome. Their first date was 13 years ago.
That's at Cabela's.
Yeah.
I love Cabela's. Man, the first time we went to a Bass Pro Shops, she was hooked. It was great.
Sorry, I'm giggling at scroll up at
Oh, the scrolling.
Yes. At Andrew Leeds, today is National Dehydrated Grape Day. I'm raising awareness.
Just right. Do a pallet ice chest. What's the challenge? Pallet it's out of a single pallet, a single standard pallet, make something usable, not like a work of art or something.
Steven, you are in good company. No one's worried about
Sounds great.
Daughter of Ra.
Stay in line. Getting old sucks. I wouldn't know, but
That's
yeah.
right, Tech Gorilla. We're all young spring chickens.
That's called a box. Very well. If you buy your welder, you can make yourself a metal bed. I've thought about it. I have. I'll have to tell you the metal bed story I from San Francisco one day when the Cubs aren't around. Hold on. Our first date was Buffalo Wild Wings to watch NASCAR. It was called off due to rain.
Aw.
Outdoor man, never been there. Met my wife at work, been married 39 years. That's great.
Aw, that's awesome.
Made an electric guitar out of a pallet. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
I have a llama because he's amazing. That's pretty cool, right?
Right.
I can't remember the first thing you lose when you get old is.
What was that? What she does that makes you feel loved, and what does... Man, everything she does. She's just one of these people who does all sorts of little things. And we've gotten into a relationship that's very mutually supportive. You know, she has her own things that she does, and I have my own things that I do, and we support each other in them. And there's just no questions and just all trust and love, you know, and also finding faith in Jesus Christ has really helped us in, you know, cementing our relationship and our love for each other and for our family. So, sorry, I know I don't talk religion a lot because I don't want to turn this into that, but we are a religious family and we're proud of who we are, and it really, you know, cements us and as our foundation, as our faith. Yeah. Sorry to go there, guys. I want to thank you for the recommendation of the Hertz 12-volt screwdriver. That thing's great. I used it a ton today. Have you reviewed the generators? I've not personally reviewed the generators. We used to have an RV and go around the U.S., and I talked to a lot of people who've used them. I talked to a lot of people online who've used them. There's been a lot of reviews out them. And that's the other thing is I don't like doing reviews that other people have already done. So things that have been out for a while, I don't typically read. I feel like I'd be redoing it. Do you like fish? If so, what's your favorite?
Good night, Mike Adams.
Mahi mahi is my favorite. I could eat mahi mahi every day.
Mahi mahi is delicious.
Hold on. Someone's anniversary is on 3/8/3/16. Tech Gorilla.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
What is that?
Mike, you have a good night. I don't, Andrew, I'm not sorry about my beliefs. I tried to keep the channel focused on, you know, I don't talk like in the videos. I used to do gun videos, but I wanted to focus it on the tool stuff and kind of stick with that. So it's, yeah, you should.
Oh, my shirt says I'm not clumsy. Everything just gets in my way.
Get a bear claw back scratcher.
Right.
Yeah.
Give me a hug, princess.
It's late.
I know. Go crash on the couch. She's always the first up and the first to fall asleep, so. Still haven't seen the Hercules table saw in Harbor Freight yet. I've had one person write in that they saw it, so it's rolling out now. I knew my wife was the one when we both woke up hungover and watched Grandma's Boy while eating greasy Jack in the Box. It was college, those things happen.
That's the thing, is sometimes the funniest and most special moments between two people sound totally ridiculous to somebody else. So, no judgment.
Here's a funny one. Who's the better cook? And I would have to say she is now, but when we first met, it was me.
I think he's delusional, but that's okay.
So it's still me?
No.
Because you couldn't make reservations when we met.
I love you.
I love you too. Grilled mahi-mahi, man. Grilled, nice, thick mahi-mahi. A friend of the family, we went to her house one time, and she made halibut with panko breading on one side. It was, oh my God, it was so good.
I was trying to think about what kind of fish. I like swordfish. I like shark. I like white firm fishes. I do not like salmon.
Mr. Doughboy lives in Maine, lobster heaven. Driving through Maine, for me, it was like drive a mile, stop at a lobster shack. Drive a mile, stop at a lobster shack. Drive a mile, oh look, another lobster shack. That's to me, to Maine is lobster shack to lobster shack to lobster shack.
I have yet to be to Maine, but let me tell you, I have heard about these lobster shacks for like 900 years, for as long as we have known each other. And I'm looking for these lobster shacks.
Hey, Brad, I'm with you. That all the new Hyper Tough stuff from Walmart, I want to check it out. And if I had room on my Walmart card, I'd already be doing it. but it's a little maxed out right now. And I can't get a hold of anybody over at Walmart to try and get them to send me one, so.
Yep.
Somebody burned the Jell-O. Do you ever miss being a kid? No, because I'm still a kid now. When I was 5 years old, I vowed that I would never let go of the joy of being a kid. And I understand responsibility and doing adult stuff, but in my heart, that's why I have a bear on my channel, because having fun is still, an important part of, as soon as you let go of that, it's time to just lay down and die, as far as I'm concerned. My wife can burn water. She used to be able to. My brother-in-law can. NorCal sturgeon. I'm not a sturgeon fan. I'm not. Lobster, fried clams. I can do that. What do you call it? They talked about before the, not clams.
Scallops?
Scallops. Oh, scallops are awesome.
I like crawdads. I think I'm with L on that.
Smoked salmon. I'm not a salmon guy, believe it or not. The bear is. Bear loves salmon. I don't like salmon. Listening to the stream on my Hyper Tough 20-volt Job Max site radio. $3.99 at Walmart 2 weeks ago.
That's
no
awesome.
way. That's a killer deal. If you guys won the lottery, what would you buy first and second? Probably a house here. Because we're kind of stuck in Vegas because my ex-wife lives here, and that's where my oldest son, our third, is half the time. And the other kids go to school here now, and we all moved here together so that because we weren't near each other before, and he was having to split a lot of time. Now they live a mile and a half away. So, what?
I said, yeah, I was agreeing.
And so we're going to stay in Vegas at least until the kids are out of school. So probably a place here so the kids can feel, like there's a solid home kind of thing. But then also I think the wife and I were talking about, I would love to buy a sailboat and sail around the world, but she doesn't really have the sea legs for it.
No.
So probably an RV. I think when we end up is we're going to finish fixing up the house in Montana, which was her dad's house. It's the fourth oldest house in the state, the oldest in the county. And I'm really into preservation of old homes. I've been involved in that since I was in my late teens. And then we'd probably buy another RV and spend the time traveling around the U.S. and Canada and maybe into Mexico and stuff.
Yeah, Definitely traveling.
Yep. Washington, D.C., the little girl says. Does Harbor Freight have any decent drill bits and screwdrivers? Yeah, they do. You know, the Warriors set, the little $10 set, I buy those as disposable ones. So if I'm doing something, basically I want to have two kinds of bits. I want to have disposable ones. So if I'm doing something kind of sketchy and I break the bit, I don't care because they were cheap. And then I have good ones. And like the new Hercules bits and stuff, those are pretty good. Does Harper... Well, we already answered. My son loves when Dad puts DaBEAR on TV. That's great. I'm so glad. You know, that was the other part of the thing was we wanted to make it a family-friendly channel. We've been like that from the beginning. And it's... You know, we got 3 cubs of our own. They're now 7, 9, and 12.
Yeah.
And
50.
And 50?
Yeah.
Who's 50?
That's you.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, and don't forget the labradog.
You're the biggest kid.
I'm the biggest kid of all. I am. As Shadow says, I'm the biggest kid I know. So am I.
The youngest kid is Lightning.
Lightning. I keep forgetting the lizard. Sorry. Her and her lizard. Never let an old man or woman live in your body. That's, you know, because at that point you stop caring. You stop finding joy. You stop finding passion. You mean, we've been given this great gift of life. It's the greatest gift we could possibly be given. And and having the joy to accept it and to be in the moment, that's what it's all about. Oh, I'm way behind here. Don't buy the orange handle screwdriver. Don't buy the orange handle screwdrivers. They're junk. I have some. I would send them to you, but I'm not that mean. Please make a video about the Montana place history. We have some videos up. I'll do a full history on it this summer. We go up at the end of May when the kids get out of school. I'll be honest, I like the trip up as much as being up there. Oh, and then the rodeo. We're going to do the rodeo. We love the rodeo. 4th of July, the Livingston Rodeo.
And the 4th of July parade.
And the parade. I love living. I love small town America. I really do. How many years ago did I have to wait for you to come to Branson? Boy, it's going to be a while.
It's going to be a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's on there.
I would love to. I've never been. I've always wanted to go. If you're able to get for free any car or truck, what'd you get and why? I love the truck I have. I have a Ram 1500. I used to be really big into cars and stuff. I grew up with a father who rebuilt old European sports cars. Like the first car I ever drove was a Porsche 901. Everyone thinks it's the 911. It was a 69. They didn't change that until the next year because they got sued by, not Renault. Was it Renault? Yeah, it was Renault. It did the 303 and the 505. They had a trademark on any car with 3 digits and a 0 in the center. And that's what became the 911. Or that's why it became the 911. So I used to be really into European sports cars and stuff. I still love them. But I'm not into big, expensive cars or anything like that. I like the sound the old European cars make, and I love my truck. You know, I'm a simple bear with simple needs.
I would get a tank.
She would,
like literally a tank, not
no,
like
she would buy like one of those F4 or 550s. They've been like they're like work trucks converted into a personal vehicle, or the Bearcat.
Yes,
you get a Bearcat. That's a tactical spec ops kind of for what do you call it? Contractors, military contractors.
Scroll up.
I'm scrolling up.
Mr. Doughboy, cool. He makes things out of tools.
Coins.
I mean coins.
Well,
Sorry.
wait, you're the one that makes the bells, right? That I commented on your channel, right?
The 89 Vision. Did you see that?
No.
They're in Summerlin. And they would like to.
Hell yes. We're in Summerlin too.
You have to mention who you're talking about.
Sorry, 89 Vision says, I'm out here in Summerlin, Nevada. You should send me a PM. Desert shooting and barbecues. Yes. I need to get out and go shooting and stuff again. I would love to. You can always email me at red@red-beard.com. You can tell I'm a little excited to go out and go shooting, huh?
I was going to say.
And barbecue.
Keep it keto.
Keep it keto. You need that as a bumper sticker. Eddie Lampere is hot. Eddie Lampere. Do you hear were you guys talking about? He's suing, or he's getting sued because he's basically trying to take Craftsman back. I see a tail behind us.
Yes.
Bells and all kinds of stuff. That's cool. Guys, check out, he's got a channel, Mr. Doughboy. Check out his channel. He's got some really cool stuff he makes out of coins, literally. The Predator Auger. That thing sounds cool. I can picture Mrs. DaBEAR driving a lifted Kodiak. Yeah, that's why I love her. We won. Get this. We won a lifted Yukon XL. It's essentially a Suburban. It was a used one. It was the 4th of July fireworks at a little tiny town in California. There was the town the next door over from where we lived. And they were trying to raise money for fireworks. Yeah. So the local body shop or automotive shop donated it. It had been their truck shop. And it was in decent shape. It was okay. But
yeah,
she loved driving that thing around. You see her getting up and in that thing.
Falling out the first few times.
It was lifted.
And we had little kids. They fell out too.
Yeah.
Leon, have a good night. Thank you again for the super chat. And it was great to
have a good night, Leon.
Brad's workbench. No, it's not weird to eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on a hamburger bun. Do not listen to him. What does he know?
Dustin, I'm in my hotel room on the water of Daytona Beach here for Bike Week. Somebody else was just commenting that they were headed to Bike Week.
The bikes are so loud they can't sleep.
Oh, aww. I wish I was there.
Sturgis.
We should try and go to Sturgis again. When you were going up, who did you get along better, mom or dad? Yeah. My dad wasn't around and my mom, not a place for family talk.
Next.
When you're not on camera, can it be considered Hey, Wilroy, maybe I can write something short and I spell. Oh, the channel, email Bear to read out. I'd love to. Yeah, I'd be happy to. I'm always for supporting other creators, man. We're really lucky to found this community, because when I got started, there was nobody helping us out. There was nobody giving me shout outs or anything else like that. Yeah. There was nobody, it was all like, well, I don't want to talk about other creators because they could steal my, like, no, man, anybody who knows anything about business, first of all, knows that a rising tide floats all boats. That it's always better to work together. It may seem like it's competition, but it's not, because that's where people realize when they see that, they go, oh, that's where all the good creators are. And so it brings everyone together and lets them know that there's a community there, and that's what's important. On top of it, then you get a great community out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not rocket science.
Peanut butter and jelly on tortillas. I've done it.
Oh.
I think
flour crust pizza, thin crust pizza.
Yes. Well, most of the family is gluten-free, so it's corn tortillas that we make simple crust pizzas. Did you just read Tech Gorilla?
Yes.
Yes.
The Bear family runs on, what was that? Caffeine, keto, and Christ. That's about right. Oh, that's hilarious. I need that as a shirt.
We do, yes. Hopefully that'll be in our merch store soon.
It will be.
But yes, tortilla pizzas. We have done those.
48-volt caffeine, keto, and Christ. There are a lot of big egos on YouTube, and I have to admit, I have an ego. I have a huge ego, and I'm constantly having to remind myself that I screw up all the time, and that I'm not always right, and I'm an incredibly well-read person. I've traveled a lot. I've had a decent education. I've done a lot of things in my life, and it's really easy for me to fall into that trap of, I've done all this stuff and you haven't done squat and blah, blah, blah. I gotta keep, that hammer of humbleness needs to keep pounding on me to get me down. It's one of my biggest sins, is not being humble enough, and I keep working on it, and I hope to be a better person and a better father, and a better husband for it. But anyway, sorry. Go on.
I know you feel that way about yourself, but one of my favorite things about you is your patience and your ability to explain really complicated and complex things in a easy to understand way. And I think it behooves all those around you, including me and the kids.
That I will say that is, I have to admit, because, false modesty is also a sin. But I've always been good at being patient, understand that sometimes things need to work them out for themselves. And also that putting things in, as I say, in layman's terms kind of thing. That's one of the reasons I was good at tech and always made more money than my peers, is because I could talk to managers and employers in ways that they understood, and it made them give them the warm fuzzies.
Yeah.
So.
Well, everybody is an expert at something. Whatever it is in life, I think everybody's an expert at something. And I think a lot of times when somebody masters something or becomes really knowledgeable about something, they have a hard time remembering that somebody else isn't an expert in that. And it doesn't mean that they're dumb or that they're not worthy of being thought of as intelligent or important. And I think it's a great thing to be able to, to be able to share your information in a way that makes people be able to receive it. And yeah.
Sorry.
I'm an expert at being a novice.
Or Brad's, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. In Smyrna. Somebody else, let me catch up here. Talking about Bike Week. Got this human trained well. I have a big heart. Thank you very much, Modern DIY. I do like to think that I do have a big heart. I try. Humble pie, we all need a slice. Somebody asked something about, do you ever think about, here it is. Do you ever think about being a school teacher? You did, haven't you?
I have. I've thought about being a teacher.
I want to be a math teacher when I grow up.
I don't think I've been a school teacher, but I've been a firearms instructor, and I like teaching people. I love doing, handgun training and stuff, because I got so many people in my class, and I think it was because of my attitude. I got so many people who were new. I got a lot of people who are new to firearms, trying to get their CCW and stuff, and I love working with people. I just don't think I'd be happy in a classroom setting. Maybe in a shop class.
Yeah. I don't think you'd be necessarily happy in a classroom setting, but you were really good, especially in situations where it was a husband and wife.
Yeah.
And
separating them,
but also realizing, husbands usually, not always, sometimes it's wives that have more experience, have this idea that they're going to train their wives or their, and that's not an area that usually goes down well in.
Plotting to rule the llama world.
Dad.
I thought the llama was judging me.
No, my precious.
No, my llama doesn't bite. Worse. Was it? My llama doesn't bite. Worse.
It judges.
He judges you.
That's right.
So in Minecraft, we have the llamas, and I was like, how am I getting hurt by the llama? Their defense mechanism is spitting.
Oh. Dustin, true. Harbor Freights are all corporate owned. There are no franchises.
It's not an alpaca.
Daughter of Ra was a tutor in middle school. I gotta ask, Daughter of Ra, are you Egyptian or something? Or is that?
Just likes the sun.
I'd like the sun too.
Wait, she tutored Minecraft?
That'd be cool. Will you buy the bigger toolbox? When I get room, I will. There's no doubt about that. Nice balance. I clearly see an alpaca. Oh, he called it an alpaca.
That's why I said it's
Minecraft.
Minecraft is amazing.
I love Minecraft. Oh my gosh, a friend of mine started our old server back up. Still has all our stuff in it.
Oh yeah, you're huge.
Oh, and I wasn't telling the children about it. I forgot. Go away. You didn't hear that. You're supposed to go lay down or something, right?
No, I wasn't. I was supposed to be around.
Bye.
Go on.
Hey, Felicia.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Go on. My wife is a retired teacher. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Joe. Thanks again. Man, modding it up, man. We need to give him a gold star or something.
Yes.
I have a teaching degree and have tutored elementary and middle school. God bless you for... And she talks about me having patience. What does your daughter want to be when she grows up? Besides a llama, she's the one who wants to be a vet.
Yeah.
Sears Outlet and Sears Hardware stores are separate companies and franchise. Correct. They got spun off from the Sears mothership years and years ago. She could tutor Minecraft as well. I love Minecraft. There's something about it. And the music and everything else. It's gotten a little overly complicated. They keep adding all this other stuff into it, but it's pretty awesome. Work in insurance claims. Oh, sorry. I still don't have anything in here.
You still don't.
This is like the 5th time I picked that up. Now I'm gonna pour my own.
That's just like a set. That's like a prop.
A prop.
Yes. Andrew Leitz, congratulations. He tutored his dogs in the art of sit.
Have you tried the little brawn 1/4-inch drain snake? I haven't, but I've been intrigued by it. Dustin's off to get some sleep. You should go get some sleep.
Have a good night, Dustin.
Not bragging. My wife loves the fact I have great patience. Rodney, you know what? You didn't even need to tell me that. I could just tell from our discussions and stuff that you got that kind of easygoing mindset to you. So I have no doubt about that. I'm a Minecraft alpha. I built a structure that crashed my friend's server when more than 3 players were in the area.
Carson's Exploring Channel wants to know if you're going to do an in-store parking lot sale video this week.
I don't think so. It's Sunday, and by now all the good stuff is probably gone. Tomorrow's going to be Sunday. All the good stuff's probably going to be gone. And I got to finish these videos with the air compressors. So I'm behind in every single way. And then we got to make a run to the dump tomorrow. Yeah. And what you guys don't know is I have a whole backlog of stuff that China sent me. I always say it's China sent me because it's always these different companies that I've got an ice maker, 3 different off-road lights, 2 different battery packs.
Oh my gosh.
And something else. Oh, that snake light. I got a snake light I need to do one on also. I got to find it. I don't know where it went to. It was right here on my desk, and then you moved it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Troy, SR71, you're saying bad things. Don't forget that time jumps forward 1 hour tonight at 2 a.m. It's not so. I just checked. It really is happening.
Yeah, it really is. Home Depot has 2 72-inch tool cabinets. One I really don't like, and the other one has the side drawer metal pegboard. You know what I hate? I just hate to admit. All that new Craftsman stuff just has me drooling over it. And it's because I grew up, my grandpa taking me to Sears when I was like 5 and 6 and thinking Craftsman was the coolest stuff. And I always wanted to get Craftsman stuff. And then here it is and you look at it, you look close at it, and it doesn't have the same level as quality, and it's not as good, but it's in black and red Craftsman. And so my brain, my 6-year-old part of my brain is like, gotta get it. It's shiny. Must have the shiny. Anyway. Just me.
Daughter of Ross said that her and Troy can't be friends anymore.
Because?
Because he pointed out that the time is changing.
Oh, yeah. Did you fix your... No, it's dead, and I'm going to have to RMA it. Is this thing, and it's horrible.
It's dead, Jim.
It's dead. But I am going to do a video on why you don't just clear that a company is bad just because they send you one product and it dies. I always get people who say that. I bought something from them once, it was dead on arrival, I'll never buy anything from them again.
That
makes
so
no sense.
Unfair. Yeah.
I'm like, you could buy the best quality product in the world, the 99.9 are good. You happen to be the one person who gets the bad one. Are you going to now buy less quality products because you had one mishap?
Yeah.
Hold on here. Mount the off-road lights on the ice maker, run it off the battery packs. I'm actually building it all into her Jeep. So, she doesn't know, but she found out this morning.
Don't tell me. It'll be a surprise.
It'll be a surprise. Oh, it'll be a surprise. Red, do you know if any other company other than Milwaukee they're planning on coming out with a PEX expanding tool? I honestly, I don't fall. I mean, I'm surprised Rigid doesn't have one.
That's a bummer.
My Milwaukee got stolen.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I can't imagine that for PEX that Rigid wouldn't have one. I mean, they're the kings of plumbing, right? Rodney, she was abused in the past relationship, and her words put me through the ringer. Oh, Yeah.
And he passed.
Yeah, that's great. I'm happy for both of you, really, because finding somebody you can trust for her was probably the biggest gift that you could give her. What life advice would you give to the younger generation? Get off the couch and go do it now. Live your life. Go out and do it. And don't wait for someone to tell you that it's okay to do something, or tell you that you're good enough, or tell you that you can do it. Get some experience, and then this is what I'd really say. Figure out what your passion is and go after that, as long as it's a reasonable passion. Maybe get in the trades, build stuff, work long enough to get enough experience, and then break off on your own and see if you can do it on your own, running your own business. Because starting and running your own business is the greatest success, personal business success you're ever going to have. You're never going to get that working for someone else.
I would say work ethic.
Yeah.
Treat everyone how you would want to be treated, no matter who they are.
Well, that's everything in life.
And don't ever listen to somebody that says you're not good enough or you can't do something. Ever. It doesn't matter who it is. I don't care.
Hey, Bear, I got a Hercules or Milwaukee saw. Do you think it's better, or DeWalt with the one you think? With the saw, I get a... I'm trying to read this. Hi, Bear. With saw, I get Hercules or Milwaukee saw. Do you think it's better, or DeWalt saw? It depends on what you're doing. I always think the Hercules saw is a better all-around saw. And the DeWalt and Milwaukee are both very hardcore job site ripping saws. When an ice maker... Start doing a tool channel. Start reviewing a bunch of Chinese gadgets along the way, and they'll send you one.
Daughter of Ra, I'm so excited that we have an ice maker.
Maybe it's just the employees assembling it, but the Harbor Freight cabs don't seem as nice as the Sears Craftsman, and the SBD Craftsman cabs don't feel as nice to open and close as the Sears.
Yeah.
I don't know which... May just be the ones that you see on the floor, but all the Harbor Freight, like the U.S. General stuff I've seen has been stronger, thicker metal than you see on the Craftsman stuff. Mount of Olives channel with Guy Sawyer. Like Craftsman socket ratchets, but never been a fan of their other stuff. And their newer sockets aren't as good as their old ones either. Tech Gorilla, you have a channel? I didn't know you had a channel. We need to talk 3D printing. I love 3D printing. I got into it because I'm big into inventing and building new things. Rapid prototyping is something I'm excited about. I've used a ball joint press from Harbor Freight. I have not used that. Yeah, rigid in the red. That's the real rigid, not the TTI licensed from Emerson rigid. Get to 100. No, let's leave it at like 99. That will drive her nuts.
Do not listen to him.
I'm also I'm the biggest romantic I know.
I would agree.
Yeah. I'm the one that puts like all the anniversary dates in my calendar and remembers everything. Don't be afraid to fail. That's something I learned working in Silicon Valley.
Good.
Which is fail until you make it. That's the Valley motto, which is serial entrepreneurship, which is just keep going, because no one ever remembers the failures. They remember the one success.
Yep, that's a great thing too.
Do you watch a YouTuber called Mechanic OC? I've not seen him. I'll have to check him out. If you like him, go to the forum, and the bottom category is channels you like, and post it there, because there's a lot of great stuff on there, and with the YouTube algorithm, there can be great things that you should be seeing that you just aren't for some reason. I need to get a picture of my wife and I'm looking at this live stream and I feel like it's very you need to get her on chatting just like the other two there.
Carson's Explain
channel. Thank you. I've done what you just said my entire life. I'm 17. Good for you. I wish I'd had somebody around when I was that age. pushing me to go off and do these things. Unfortunately, I was told that you shouldn't start your own business because if you had a good idea, somebody else would have, if it was a good idea, somebody else would have already done it. And that there was always this idea that entrepreneurs are hucksters, they're swindlers, they're not real businesses. You should go get a job with somebody who already has a business and has a real business. I'm like, but they were entrepreneurs at one point. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, ice 3D printer, that would be cool. But as much to do with the person using the tool, it has more to do with the person than the tool. There's a channel for you, guys. I'm having trouble remembering it. It's the Woodworking for Mere Mortals. This guy's been doing great woodworking, and he started with all the cheap Ryobi tools. He had a cruddy Porter Cable table saw that was just a joke for the longest time until somebody sent him a new one, and even then, I mean, he cut stuff, with a circ saw on the ground. And he does a great job. It's all about the craftsman, and the tools are just fun.
And it's about mentality.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There are times when especially trade specific tools, where you got to have that tool to do that job. There's just all there is to it. But in the end, if you don't have the knowledge behind it, then the tool is worthless.
Brock's going to be right back. He needs something to drink.
Yeah, so do I. When he was young, Silicon Valley didn't exist. When I started going to school, when I went into college, you couldn't go into college for the computer stuff and entrepreneur stuff I wanted to do. And I didn't want to be a programmer, so I went to school for history, the philosophy of ancient religion. That's a very useful degree. Not that I have a degree. I dropped out before I got that far. I was the first person ever to invent the McGriddle, and McDonald's stole it from me.
I like that you guys are mentioning other channels that are great for us all to check out.
Yeah, please do. Rex Kruger is another channel. Is that the guy with the 5 claws? Knives?
Really? Really?
Thoughts about the Porter Cable 15 amp saw? Are you talking about table saw? I don't know enough about their table saw, honestly, and I'm sorry. It's one place where I'm missing. I know about their drill presses, I know about their band saws, all the other stuff, but I don't know enough about their table saw. Here's a cool fact. My grandma was the first woman to ever work for HP. They were still in the garage. Hold on. Wait. I've heard her story. There's a big thing on her. There was a whole special talking about the first woman who worked for HP when they're still in the garage. Mm-hmm. I've seen that garage, so, or at least where it was, I think. Shane Davis, what's up, all? How you doing? Welcome to the show tonight. Currently trying to get my own small business started. Kind of crawling at the moment, but just got to start somewhere. The key to that is put everything into it 110% and don't let anybody ever tell you no. Set a course, and just because you start struggling, don't think that means you need to stop, because if everyone gave up when there was a hiccup, when it went south, you'd never make it to that destination. The wind always blows you off course. Tacking back and getting on course is what's the difference between the person who tries and the person who does.
Mm-hmm. And don't get caught up in the fact that you can't maybe do it 100%.
Yeah, don't wait to be perfect.
Because it's never going to be perfect.
Never going to be. That's a lesson she had to learn really hard.
Yeah.
But she did.
And I'm still learning it every day.
VinWiki, if you like crazy stories by car guys, I do watch VinWiki. I do. They got some funny stuff. Especially the I was a dealer stories, and they're talking about the things that they did.
Oh, yes, that guy.
Sonic, the AV, he's usually lately he's gotten kind of like, he just likes to do these, or he did for a while. He got this thing where he just liked to do videos and basically just trash things because people liked it. And he trashed a tool, got 1 million plus views. You know, he's made $30,000-$40,000 off that video. And he just flat out lied in some of it. And he knows he did. There's no two ways about it. It's not an opinion. Saying they weren't Samsung batteries. I'm sorry. I'm going to get in. I don't want to get in. I said it all in the video. I'm not saying I'm never wrong, but if somebody points me out I'm wrong, I'm the kind of guy that would go out and make another video to say, hey, I'm sorry I said something about your company and your tools, and it was wrong. Now, like Milwaukee sucks and the DeWalt sucks, those are tongue-in-cheek, troll bait for fanboys. I wasn't entirely serious about that. There were some real issues in there, but I don't think either of those companies are horrible. I'm actually a big Milwaukee fan. I have the Porter cable saw, and it works great for me. Just need to tighten a bolt in the fence, and it's good to go. Then that's all that matters. If you got a tool that works for you, because that's the other thing, is everyone's workflow is different. And workflow is the way you manage your process from start to finish and how you process the pieces as they go through. And if the tool works for you, don't ever let anybody tell you you need to change it unless you find a way that will make it better. Always work to move. And that's the other thing. Don't be static. The opposite of that is you got to find the middle path. Everything, as the Buddha says, it's all about finding the middle path. And so, don't be afraid to change, but don't be too static at the same time. Wait, where are we going here? What materials can you 3D print with? Right now, just ABS and what's the other one? This week my words aren't coming to me. It starts with a P. The two basic plastics. I'm perfect at being imperfect. Profitability, that wasn't the P I was looking for. Health insurance is what scares me the most about self-employed. It is. I'm really lucky in that our health insurance is covered through my former employer because I stayed on as a contract employee. Have you ever watched Musty One? I have not. I will have to take a look at it.
I think they're the second person to have mentioned that.
Well,
then.
Let me highlight it and copy it and we'll take a look at it. Did you see the Whisper Quiet Fortress 4 gallon? Yes, I did. I wish they'd sent me that one too. Because somebody had just asked me about compressors that can run 2 flooring guns at once.
DeBrock, I missed you terribly. I almost was crying. I'm so glad you're back.
She had separation anxiety.
I did.
The dog was sitting there just panting.
Yes.
Where'd it go? She actually does get like that. Modern DIY, I've been self-employed my entire life. It's harder to be self-employed. Yeah, it is. Because you're doing everything. And there's so many people who are good at the work, but not good at the business side. And they can never do that second half. And they get so frustrated. If you do it, if you work for yourself, you have to realize business, self-promotion, all that stuff, you got to be just as good at that as you are at the business itself. You got to do everything. This old Tony is, man, if you're not watching him, he's amazing. Somebody told me he's in Vegas. I can't find his contact info. I want to go be his fan bear.
Just call 411.
Yeah, the bear's sleeping. I have to do the live stream. I have a monoprice 3D printer. For the price, there's not a better 3D printer, man. What are they now, $100 or something? It's ridiculous. Musty One is a whisper channel. Is it one of the, what do they call that? The noise thing? I can never remember what that acronym is.
The kids would remember.
Howdy from Phoenix. You are a third person from the Phoenix, Tucson area. Oh, Tucson's further south. I always get Tempe and Tucson confused. The rigid 3-tank compressor. You and your rigid compressor. Nobody likes you. The rigid's fine. I'm just giving him hell. An Ender 3 and a Prism K.
That's what
ASMR. I can do my ASMR video Here you can hear the drill on this side. And now we'll hear the drill on this side. And can you imagine if I did a real one? Here's the aim. Now here's the drill. Wah! That'd be great. Have somebody tune it up to 11 and go full bore on them. Do you have any high-tech RC cars? Shh. I have a semi-high-tech RC tractor. We have that whatchamacallit? The John Deere with the LiPo batteries. That thing is screaming fast. But it's not like the super high-tech ones. But it's better than your basic RC. I'd say it's a mid-tier kind of thing. Let me catch up. TOT is in Germany. Magnesium versus steel shoe on a saw. Magnesium is for lightness. And it's hard, but it's also, I think it can be kind of brittle. If I remember my magnesium. Oh, it can catch on fire too, but that's really hard for that to happen. Especially cause I think it would need to be dust or like in something incredibly hot. But still, it could happen. Picked up the Quinn insulated electrician's tools. They seem pretty solid. They do. I have heard about some rust issues though. We're still trying to chase that down. So if you have any issues with rust, let me know so I can get another data set on that.
Denny's plant-based journey said ASMR.
He's an engine
so
whisperer.
They clarified, yes. That he's in, yeah.
The two Harbor Freight pancake compressors are slightly different. There used to be a third one that was like entirely different from the other two. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Oh, sorry, baby. I didn't mean to run you over there. Not
Between
sorry
you
about
and the
it.
dog.
I thought. Wait, did you just do another? Why didn't it pop up top? Tell me there was a super chat.
I don't know.
Thank you so much for missing. We did miss you.
I did. I was sad. A little lost.
Yeah, Tucson's quite. I used to spend my summers as a kid in Phoenix, so I still transition the two. Had family in Tempe. They're all now up in Prescott. Don't call it Prescott. Picks up junk equipment off the side of the road and resurrects it. That's a talent.
That's cool. Brad's workbench.
How do you and the wife agree to separate money for bills, savings, and fun? I have an anti-tool wife.
I'm sorry.
We don't. We just when we first got started, we talked about it. She was like, "Well, so how are we going to do this? We're going to do separate accounts." And I've never been a big fan of separate accounts. And I pointed out, like, fine, so we're going to go out to dinner. We're going to split the bill, right? She was like, I'm like, we're going to split the bill on groceries and everything else. And she quickly was like, I don't like this idea. And I'm like, yep, neither do I either. And I made a lot more money than she did back then. And, but still felt that, I've always come from the belief that if you're going to be married, you're married. It's all or nothing.
And this works for us. Some people, it works to do it the other way.
No, it doesn't. It's wrong. They just don't know it yet.
Remember all those nice things I said about him earlier? Just reevaluate them. No. So we don't separate it. And...
But I do let her... I make the money. She budgets the money. She's the one who pays the bills, does all that stuff. And when I need to spend money, I say, hey, I want to buy this thing. And if it's basically like, if I know if it's going to be over a certain amount, if it's going to be a lot of money, I check in with her first. If it's going to be a little bit amount of money, I know that there's room in the budget and I just buy it. But if it's going to be a lot of money, I say, hey, I need to buy this thing. And she goes, well, we can't do it this month. You got to wait till next month. I go, okay. She doesn't ask me whether I need it. She knows I need it. Yeah. So, it's all a matter of budgeting and working it in there. And I'm a budget bear. So it's not like I'm going out and buying, top of the line Hilti tools and buying crazy expensive stuff. I just, it comes from running, it comes from being your own, running your own business. You got to make each dollar stretch further. So when you do that, being budget conscious, and she's a super couponer kind of stuff. And that's the other thing is like, Well, do you have a coupon for it? Well, if not, I'll find you one.
But you have gotten amazing at asking for deals, and that's the thing. Even if you don't have a coupon, it doesn't hurt to ask. Like, can you do anything on the price? Most of the time, they're probably going to say no. But sometimes, they're going to say, sure. And they'll give you 10 or 20% off just because you asked.
Yeah. Like Brad's workbench. Ship tools to worker for friend's address. Right. Now,
you could ship them to our address.
Now, we've never had anything about tools. Now, there were questions about guns that I bought.
Allegedly, that just showed up at my house and amazingly did not look like the guns we had before.
But, like, when it came time when we were buying our house and I sold a bunch of guns to help raise money for the down payment, you were okay with that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. What'd that say? Bears something. Man, the scroll on this is just so crazy.
Oh.
Bear's about to get an elbow. A flying elbow from the top rope. I'm telling my wife separate checks from now on. It is...
Let me know how that goes down, Matt.
I just don't understand the whole separate kind of thing, because to me it just seems the antithesis of having a union. Hey, how you feeling there, little guy?
Good.
This is the Griffey bear.
Say
Hi, Griffey. With his... Hold on, show the shirt.
It's his
Dab
dad cat shirt. Yep. I saw Princess Bear earlier. She is totally passed out.
Yep. So this is the little entrepreneur in the family.
Yeah.
You want to do a shout out for your business? What's the name of your business?
Griffin's Poop Pickup.
Griffin's Poop Pickup.
And what do you do?
I pick up dog poop and any kind of animal poop.
Right. Good job.
How much do you charge?
If you want me to take it and you have one dog take the trash, it's so you would have to pay $15 because the font.
For one dog, how much is it?
$10.
If you have two dogs.
15.
If you have three dogs.
20.
Okay. And if you want us to take the waste when we leave?
You get 25.
It's $5. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Griffin has 2 clients a week.
Yep.
One of
He had the third one, right?
No, he has 2. One of them is going to be moving. So then
Okay.
we'll just have the one. But
How much do you have in savings?
538.
I think you actually have 600, but that's okay.
What?
Yeah.
638.
Yeah. He's a little tired, but yeah, he puts it in his bank account. It's his savings. And what are you going to do with your money?
Buy a house when I go to college.
He's going to buy a house when he goes to college.
So he won't have any rent, and he'll have all sorts of investment
property.
equity and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a hug.
Sleepy bear.
See me. Go lay down.
Hey, I love you.
Turning 21 next year. Any suggestions for first pistol revolver?
Honey?
Mount of Olive says buy a Glock. Mount of Olive is also now banned from the channel. We don't use the G word around here. For concealed carry, I'm a big fan of Car. They're simple. They're to the point. They're super slim. It was a company designed from the ground up for CCW. Let's see here. Hardworking young man. He definitely has got the entrepreneurial mind spirit. I'm so proud of him. He's got more in savings than I do. Sold 80 pounds of tools today. Sealed bid. I wish this talk was last night. I could have let you all in. The gold mine is all Boeing surplus. What kind of tools? Are they like power tools, or are these, hand tools or stuff? Or a combination? CZ. Yeah, CZ for a carry gun is awfully heavy, except for their one. They have one ultralight, but it's not much of a concealed carry gun. There's a King of the Hill episode where Bobby makes friends with a professional poop picker who's a millionaire from his business. I could see that, man. Especially in a town like Vegas where there's all these senior citizens who are retired. They don't have anyone else around. They've got, the small dog or something, or a couple of them that they love and keep them company. And, but, taking care of them can be real pain for them. Sig Sauer. Sigs, I love Sigs. I don't use Sigs because their manual of arms are different from everyone else, at least on the older, more traditional Sigs. I really liked the 365. I know it's been having some issues. The guy I use for our dogs is getting ready to get a new truck to pull the new fifth wheel he just bought. That's pretty nice. Brad's Workbench has a Smith & Wesson 380, the Bodyguard. I'll tell you, in my training I did for people bringing in guns, the Bodyguard is the #1 gun I saw people have problems with. Hopefully yours is good. I've seen some that are fine, but I'm just going to throw that out there. It's everything. I'd like to Z50. We always promote small businesses and stuff. Feel free to go over on the forum denatools.com and post it, and we'd all love to check it out. I mean, we're all tool guys, right? And gals. Sorry.
Oh my goodness, Rodney, is your cat okay?
Rodney said that while he was changing the laundry, while he was folding it, the cat hopped in the dryer. Translation, I threw the damn cat in the dryer and started it. I sold my crotch rocket 636 to help pay for my house. I missed that bike. Cop bought it who wrecked his bike the night before. Well, that's the choices you make, and trust me, in the long run, you'll like the house a lot more than the bike. And you'll live longer with the house than you will with the bike. You need a light artillery piece. Hotchkiss cannon for everyday carry. Man, I would kill to have a Hotchkiss. I would love to have one of those, but I don't know where to use it. You know what? I love double action, single action, and I'm thinking about going back to it. But the decock lever on the Glock, it's inverted. You've got the slide lock release, if we want to get technical about it, at the back, and the decock in front of it.
Good night, Scott.
Good night. You have a good one. Thanks for staying up with us.
Shine on.
Thoughts on the DPMS A15? I haven't kept up with them. I know that back in the day they were bulletproof, no pun intended. But I thought DPMS had some quality issues. Maybe I'm wrong, but honestly, that's like one of those things like you kind of overheard and kind of heard people talking about, but you really weren't paying attention to. So I would say look into it, but don't not buy it just on my word. Has a buddy in New Hampshire started a lawn mowing business 15. He's not 30 yet and has made $1 million, and his guy's working for... Yep. It always, you can't go wrong with starting a business doing something that everyone else hates doing. People will always pay for those kind of jobs, and, if you start young enough, you only have to do it for a little while until you can hire somebody else to do it for you, and you just make the, the cream off the top.
Yeah. People are always very surprised because Griffin is so young, but he has clients because he consistently does it. And when you start that young, you can definitely go far.
Glocks don't have a decock. We were talking about SIGs. Who else? David Graham's getting banned because he's got a Glock 90 with finger grooves. Really? You just... I hate... I got Big Bear...
Sorry, baby.
I hate finger grooves on a pistol. That's just ridiculous. Like, everyone's fingers are not going to fit. Mine don't fit. The finger grooves hit. The ridge of the finger groove on all Glocks hit right in the middle of my finger. What's his name? I'm subscribed to his channel. Who's that one guy? The guy they keep banning off of YouTube. James Yeager. He just did a video. All guns should be Glocks. I want to smack him. He's a good guy. He really is.
The one with the bullets on his arm?
Yes, the tattoo of bullets. I have EDC, a Colt 1911, or Smith & Wesson for the 1980s. Here's my problem with carrying a nice 1911. If you get involved in a shooting,
goodbye.
They're going to take that gun as evidence, and it's going to go through the ringer. They're going to examine it. They're going to take it apart. They're going to do horrible things to it. They're not going to care about it, and what you get back is just going to make you cry if you get it back.
If you get it back.
I had guys who were carrying, what are those really nice 1911s with the bobtail, the Dan Wesson with the bobtail, beautiful gun. I had one guy showed up, had one like that, and he had it Cerakoted. I wanted to smack it and do like a rescue seizure and take it home where it'd be loved. Cerakoting a Dan Wesson. That should be flogged. Matt, I have a High Point 45 and loved it. That thing was huge. Man, you know what? That High Point, that rifle they've got, the pistol, the 45, that thing is you can't kill it. See, used to be the Zaphael saying DPMS used to be Premier, wouldn't recommend them anymore. They were using spray paint. Wish I had Griffin's hair. I wish I had anyone's hair. Partial to Mini 14 for a carry gun. How with the chrome and the side folding, as in was it A-Team style? James Yeager just banned me from his channel. James Yeager was banned from YouTube, and apparently he started another channel. He's back again. I don't know how he's doing it.
Brad's workbench makes a good point. Sorry. It says,
about renting 1911s?
No.
Oh.
It says, I find a 1911 to be uncomfortable to shoot. I used to want one until I rented one at a range. I just didn't feel good for me. I think he's making a valid point, though. A lot of people have this idea. They fall in love with a gun, and then they don't ever try it out. They buy it, and then they find out that it's not right for them for whatever reason. So it's a good choice to go and rent one or check it out if you have a friend that has one. Definitely don't want to invest in something and then have to just turn around and sell it.
Yeah. And don't ever get bullied into... Same with tools. Anybody telling you have to get this, all the real shooters use this.
Or tattoo artists or any of those kind of things. Go with your gut. If you go into a gun store and the person isn't willing to have a conversation or isn't willing to listen to what you're saying, take your money, take your business elsewhere.
Yeah. Rodney asked if you're a good shot.
Yep.
Women, I found... 9 times out of 10 are better than men because they do things by the numbers and they're careful about it. We went to Battlefield Vegas. I think there's a video on the channel still about it. And her shooting that full auto, she did the MP5 and the M4, man. And a lot of people go in there and they just pull the trigger and go, and they're done in 10 seconds. She's in there on target, good form, short controlled burst, just brrrt, brrrt. Oh, it's one of the sexiest things I ever saw. I love it. That, of course, I do want to play with the minigun also, but that's going to be for another day.
Z50, yes, there is a link above. I don't know what it goes to, but you were asking if you can see the link.
Bear scratch fever. 4-hour view. We've been doing this, oh my gosh, 3 hours and 48 minutes. How'd that happen?
It's because I was waiting for DeBrock to come back.
Yes, Z50. We saw your link. I actually already opened it. I haven't had a chance to look at it though. First 1911 I shot stovepiped. Probably I bet it was a Kimber too, wasn't it? Bagged a bear without firing a shot. Oh, she shot plenty, don't worry.
Oh no, Carson's Exploring Channel is coming.
Carson's Exploring Channel, what?
It says, good night, my phone is about to die.
Oh, good night.
Good night, Carson's Exploring Channel.
Okay, where do I post a link so everyone can see where to buy tools on the cheap? Go over to denoftools.com and click on the forum, and then there's a for sale section down there. You can post it in there. And I'm gonna change it to a for sale and deals or forum as well.
Some of those small guns bite my hand. Can't use them at all. When you say bite, does he mean like the slide?
Are you getting a slide bite, or they just hurt to shoot? Right-winged man says, I do small engine repair. What quarter-inch drive impacts do you recommend? I don't know. I'd probably let some of the more automotive guys answer that question. Are you talking battery or air? We're fading here on the East Coast. Going to hit the rack, I bet. Have a good night, Hugh. Jeremy, the Walther PV. I agree about the Walthers. I'm not a fan of the Walthers.
Is that the like funky looking one?
No, the Walthers. It's the one that instead of having a regular mag release, it has the lever that you push down.
Oh, okay.
It's been the best 3-inch hour. It was a Rock Island. That's too bad. I was always a fan of Rock. I still love Rock Islands. You know, they're over in Pahrump.
Yes, I do.
Good conversations do make the time fly. They do. Slide bite.
So that would seem like.
Do you have really big hands, or you come up? Maybe you need something with a more aggressive beaver tail.
Yeah.
Then that'll keep the webbing from going up into it.
Slide bite's no fun.
Small guns are hard to hold, especially like me. I'm a big guy, and one of the guns I carry is a Car P380. It's a little tiny pocket pistol. And I carry that, on hot days and stuff when I don't want to carry something bigger. And, and she hates shooting the smaller guns. I often tell people that you should always shoot the biggest gun that you feel comfortable holding. Not the biggest caliber, the biggest gun, because the more gun there is to hold on to, the more accurate a shot you're going to be. And the more comfortable it's going to be. Get the Chicago Electric 12 volt. That's a good answer. I didn't even think about that. I always forget about the Chicago Electric 12 volts. Handguns approved by major police departments for new officers are Glock, SIG. See, the thing is, though, if you do any research into the history of Glock and you understand how they did their marketing, they did some really slimy stuff to get into the business of selling to police departments and such. And, they're there. I mean, it's a quality gun. Don't get me wrong. It's a quality gun. But the reason that they're there is not because of that. The reason they're there is because of business deals and kickbacks and buying the used guns back. So, I mean, that's where Glock kind of has the business model that car dealers do. They don't make money selling the gun. They make money selling the returns from the officers from their older guns.
Yeah.
Got a nasty slide bite I've only gotten slide bite once, and it was on a Desert Eagle 44 mag. All the things to get bit by. Almost 1 a.m. We should probably be wrapping it up here. Going on 4 hours. It's a bit long even for us.
Rodney, there is a way to find the forum.
Oh, on the phone. I've never looked on the phone.
It. It's a little confusing. It's the 3. Here, I'll see what I can do.
The 3 little dots or something like that?
I think it's like 3 hash marks.
The Beretta Neos, they're nice looking guns. I'll tell you, I love Beretta shotguns. Oh, talking about a weak place for me. I love me some more aggressive beaver tail. See, you couldn't, just had to do it, didn't you? I don't blame you. Are you a fan of open carry or concealed? I understand the argument and the constitutionality of wanting to push my rights for open carry, but open carry is stupid from a tactical aspect. If you look at firearms as a martial arts, because that's really what it is. It's not trying to be kooky or anything else. It's a art of war, and exposing your strength before the fight allows them to mitigate that strength, which means they then come in because if you're a good guy, if you're a good person, and you're not looking to shoot, to pull a Han Solo and shoot first, you're not going to walk around looking to pull your gun all the time, which is the only reason to open carry. It's why police open carry, because they know that that gun is a tool set that they're could use at any moment. In a self-defense mindset, you are always in the position of reaction. And having an open carry tells them what your first line is going to be. They can see that they need to neutralize that threat. So they're already operating to neutralize that threat from the get-go. When you conceal, you are now, as Sun Tzu would say, you are owning the battlefield because you are choosing the fight when you want to fight, and puts you in an ambush situation on them. Because you can appear weak, you can appear not strong when you are strong, and have them pay attention to something else. And when they do, that's when you can go for the weapon. You can misdirect. You can control the situation. You have to control the situation. It's just like operating with tools. If you have the tool but not the skills to use it, it doesn't really matter. If you have the gun but not the opportunity to use it or the skills to use it, it doesn't really matter. I could go in. I've been down this road a lot.
Thank you to Shadow's Edge, and I think somebody else was talking about it. The
hamburger stack. Yep, that's what people call it.
Stacks, which I don't know if we can do this. Which one is it?
I think it's one that's lit up. Is that one?
No, I can't.
The glare is too much.
Yeah.
It's the
All
other.
right.
It's this one.
Okay.
See, it's got the little lights on either side.
No,
We got two I was testing webcams, so there's two webcams above the screen right now.
Anyways, sorry. Too reflective.
I'm gonna start CCWing my rigid 18-volt impact. Screw you, buddy. Zzz. Sorry, couldn't help myself.
You know what? And in that situation, you might just take them off guard enough that you might just win that one.
And when they're laughing on the ground, you can take their wallet. Ram said, oh, I'm sure they did. All right. Well, we're at 4 hours, guys, and I think that's enough for anybody for any live stream. I can't believe there's 87 of you who are here right now. Lord only knows how many of you stuck with us the entire time. You guys are crazy and insane. Almost as crazy and insane as we are. Joe, Zaphael, Menorca, all our wrenches, thank you so much for doing what you do. You guys everyone give them a round of applause for just being great mods and stuff. I'm going to have the whatchamacallit, the first air compressor video, now the second one, but the one we're going to talk about, the two McGraws and the old Chicago Electric comparison, and we're going to see which one comes out on top there. I already know, but you guys have to wait to find out. So anyway, take care, everyone. Thank you for everyone's support. And for all of you who supported with the super chats and stuff tonight, we had Tech Gorilla, Leon, Orange Man Bad, Brock, Maintenance Man, Michael, Paul and Jelly, Leon. Did we just get another one? Rainbow, $10 at the wire. Thank you. You guys are awesome. And let's not forget Jack, good friend of the channel, Jack Waddell, with the $200 super chat.
I think that he may have fat fingered that.
I'm going to check with him. That's insane. Jack, thank you so much. And you're well, I would say you're a blessing. You're all a blessing to us, and we all appreciate having you here. So, anyway, thanks a lot, everyone. You guys take care. Have a good night, and as always, say it with us. Shine on.